Hey there, you're listening to You Still Going On About That with Rob Israel and Joseph K. You can find us anywhere you could download podcasts. You could also find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at YSGOAT. Thanks for listening. I'm Rob Israel.
I'm Joseph K.
You still going on about?
That.
All right, Joseph. It is December 22nd, 2037.
Yeah. Yes. It's been a while.
We're all Soylent Green is all the rave,
Hmm.
right? Everyone I just had some
Well,
Soylent Green and I think it's really good and I hope I never, they don't tell you what the ingredients on. I hope I never know.
I enjoy the Soylent Green double stuff. A lot of people stick with the classic, but
It's weird that on the box of the double stuff there is a picture of Kyle Rittenhouse on it. And I don't know, I don't get it. I don't know why
yeah.
this murderer from 2020 is on a box of Soylent Green double stuff in
Yeah.
2037. I
It
don't
gives it the pork rind flavor. It gives it
quite the hog kind.
yeah.
Whoa,
Oh.
shit. Hold on. I just saw something. Do you know what
Mm.
Soylent Green is made of?
Is it what is it?
People! It's made of people. Do you ever see that SNL skit where like Phil Hartman is basically what's his face?
It's
Fuck.
not Orson Welles. It's
No, it's the NRA guy. Fucking, he was in
Charlton Heston.
yeah,
Yeah.
Charlton Heston, and he's
Yeah.
got like the scarf, and there's like different
Yeah.
scenarios, and he shows up, and he's like, "It's made of people." Well, there's like this future part where like Chris Farley and this other person's like, "Oh, this future world where all we have to eat are these cow pies," and then like Charlton Heston shows up, he's like, "These things are made of people," and then Chris Farley like flips out, and he's like, "I thought we were what? I thought we were sitting here eating cow shit." Actually, he's all angry that it's not cow pies. But yeah, no, it's 2025. We're
Yep.
about a
Yeah.
week into the year.
Hmm.
Since that week, we've had we talked about that explosion outside Trump Tower. The
Yeah.
and it's well, it's not funny, but you know what's funny about it is how like everyone just assumed that it just exploded on its own. That
Yeah.
the Tesla Cybertruck, because it has done that, where it
Yeah.
just, but it was like the guy put a bomb in it. Was
Right.
anybody killed, or was just the guy who did it that died?
I think just the guy, and I want to say he may have killed himself prior to the explosion. Um,
Oh, like it set off on its own while his
well,
body
like
was dead?
he I, and again, I didn't research it much. You're right though. It is funny. Like when you hear a Cybertruck exploding,
Yeah, or Tesla in general. Like,
bomb is not the first thing on your like
no,
thought
just self,
list.
just like its
It's just
own,
like
just its own thing. Like it's
yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
it did. Oh, I didn't. You know,
Like if you hear
is the sun out
barking, if
today?
you right, if you hear barking and there's a dog in the yard, you're like, I'll bet you the dog barked. It's the same thing with
Yeah,
a
it's not the
Cybertruck.
raving lunatic next door that barks at me.
Right, not the tree, not like the mailbox or
Yeah, yeah,
the
the
bird.
dog. Right. So
It's
when a
probably the
Tesla
dog.
So when a Tesla Cybertruck explodes, that's just part of the deal. That is part
Right.
of the life cycle of the Tesla Cybertruck
Right.
is for it to explode. So
Yeah.
we didn't know it was like an act of like
It's something they had to investigate. Like they had to like
yeah. They were
yeah.
like, do we have to I mean again? How is
Yeah.
that shit street legal? I don't even get it
I
at this
don't
point.
know,
How
man.
are any like he must get away with murder, literally, but
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that it is a good question because like other things get pulled for less. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like I don't know how many people lawn darts actually killed, but I'll bet you it was fewer than Teslas,
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, no, I mean, all right, well, what are we talking about this week, Joseph?
All right, we're gonna talk about some pop culture stuff.
Yeah.
Skeleton Crew, What If, Creature Commandos.
Not in those orders.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about January 6th. We had the anniversary of January 6th.
Yeah, the day
Um,
that'll live in nothing because the guy
yeah,
who
just
orchestrated is going to be president in like two
January
weeks.
6th, just today. Just today. Uh talk about the Democrats just giving up, rolling over and giving up.
Not my
Um,
belly,
yeah,
my boots.
we're going to talk about, and kind of like adjacent to that, we're going to talk about how uh but a lot of people, myself included, and I think you've indicated this as well, are just kind of like fatigued with the notion of being worked up over Trump.
I'm
You know,
not
it's
going.
like,
I can't.
yeah,
Like unless he does something funny, like explodes, like on
yeah.
live TV.
I have
That's
seen
that
like,
line of drawing.
yeah, he now, and this is going to sound like I'm joking, but I'm trying to be serious here. Uh, there are credible reports. I see him like every like other two or 3 weeks, every two reports that he shits himself, like
That's
in
been going on
meetings
for
and
years.
yeah,
I mean, even before he was president, like somebody who I guess worked on The Apprentice said that he had to wear a diaper.
yeah.
He's done
It's
like so much cocaine.
yeah.
It's
It is
like
crazy though that he routinely shits himself and
I want to believe it, but I also think like, and then again, like if he does, who cares? He's
yeah,
president again.
it really doesn't matter. I
It
mean, like
doesn't matter. Like
ultimately,
he said Kofifi.
yeah.
He said
Well,
everybody. That doesn't matter.
yeah. Filleted the
He fucking
microphone. Yeah.
yeah. He flates the microphone, jacks off ghosts while he's dancing. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't fucking matter. He's
Yeah.
president again. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
have fuck with this fucking bullshit anymore. I'm just gonna ignore it as best as I
Yeah.
can. Like I said, if he starts a war or something, then of course I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? But like, I'm not gonna respond to like every day he says something stupid.
Nah. I
We'll
feel
talk
like
about that.
the ultimately you that we all kind of like adopt like a Simpsons character persona, and I don't want to be Grimes,
Yeah,
like that's
yeah,
because that's what the direction I'd be heading. Like if
yeah.
I
That's how I feel too. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like, no, nothing happens to me because I'm Donald Trump. Then I get shot 12 times.
right, exactly.
I go to
I
jail
want
for
to
life for doing like one of the thousand things he did.
yeah, I want to settle into like I don't know, like even a Homer life would be fine. I don't want to be
Well, then
Grimes.
Grimes
So
would hate you.
yeah, well, anyway.
That's fine though, because Grimes will perish and you'll just be like, "Oh, this
Yeah,
is the funeral and he's sleeping. And then when he's like, Marge changed the channel or something, and everyone's like, oh, ha, ha, ha.
yeah, yeah. That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so then we're going to talk about some of we're going to tread lightly into some of the things that Trump has been doing that just sort of illustrate the uselessness of or futility of getting worked out. He wants to rename the Gulf of Mexico, wants to buy Greenland or invade Canada. It's just like this nonsense, bizarro stuff. And then we're gonna talk about uh, like a relatively serious thing about Meta, um, just getting rid of fact checkers, like becoming, if you can imagine, like Facebook becoming a less reliable source of news. That's the direction they've chosen. And we're gonna wrap it up with AI accounts. And I actually did I don't think I told you about this. I think I was telling my brother about it. Have you heard that dead internet theory? Have you heard that?
I think
Yeah.
so, but I think I know what you're talking about, but you could add that in
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Well,
I
when
don't,
we talk about AI accounts, I'll bring that up because
yeah.
I don't believe, obviously I don't believe in the dead internet
You
theory,
don't
but I do
believe in
think
that internet theory? What are you, some kind of flat interneter?
I
Flatter
think
interneter or whatever?
I definitely think elements of the dead internet theory are true. And if you're interested in the dead internet theory, then stick around till the end because we'll talk about that.
If you like this, here's a pamphlet.
Right, right. So
We meet every week.
anyway, so we yeah, so
You have to
we
wear this pointy hat.
we're gonna talk about Skeleton Crew, What If, Creature Commandos. Which of those three were we talking about first?
Oh man, I think we just get out of the way. What if?
Yeah, yeah,
So we talked about it a little bit last week.
yep,
You talked about we talked about the first episode with the Hulk. I thought that was great.
yes,
My biggest complaint. We don't talk about each
right,
episode
yeah,
individually, but like my only complaint is like I feel like, especially with being in 3 seasons, it would have been kind of cool to see like some of these what ifs be done in completely different styles. So like in that kaiju episode with the Hulk,
yeah.
it would have been almost insane if that whole episode was like that
That would
cartoon
have been fun.
animation.
Yep. It
Like
would have been.
one of them looks like X-Men 97. One of them looks like a fucking claymation. Like
They do
so
one
it's
in
a little
rotoscope.
wild. What?
Yeah. It'd been cool if they had done one in rotoscope.
Well, the stuff they do is actually kind of it feels like rotoscope a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I
Like,
watched A Scanner Darkly again over the weekend, which is like done in rotoscope. It's got remember that movie? It's got Keanu
oh
Reeves
yeah,
and
yeah,
Winona. Yeah,
yeah. The
that was
like,
really
yeah.
good.
Isn't fucking Alex Jones in that movie? Lights
He
and
is
Soul.
in that movie. I did not realize that,
Yeah,
and then he shows up, and
people
I'm like,
bring it up,
oh
but I
yeah.
mean, like he wasn't who he is now back then.
No, no, is
He was
he
just
was
some
a
like
kook. It's just a
conspiracy
kook.
crank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was almost like X Filesy at that
yeah,
time. I
yeah,
mean, it wasn't like,
yeah. He fit in perfectly with that. He's like one of those three guys. What were they called?
yeah,
Like,
the lone gunman.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's all he was. It was just like fun. It was like, oh, okay, he's gonna say some shit. And then you look back at it and you're like, oh my God, like half these conspiracies are like just like anti-Semitic and
Yeah, the
fucking
seeds were
racist.
there.
Yeah.
It
No,
was. It was.
like
He
if
was
you
hiding
bring,
in
I'm
plain
sorry,
sight.
if you bring up the Rothschilds, like
Yeah.
you're just like a couple of layers away from just doing blood money
Oh yeah.
shit.
You're
Like,
just a thin layer away.
yeah.
If by
And
the
I
time
never
you get
thought
to
about
that,
that till years later. And then I was like, holy shit. Like I would listen to this like one could this radio station when I lived in Chico, and I just remember listening to it. Like at once, like they would play like conspiracy shit, and I'm like, oh my God, this shit is like fucking so anti-Semitic.
yeah.
Like the Jews were behind the Holocaust. Like what? This real fucked up. And
Well
like
played, Jews. Well played,
what?
Jews. Well played, Jews.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
yeah.
ha, you really got us with your whole exterminating yourselves.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
a brilliant subterfuge.
Yeah,
Uh
wow, yeah, masterful gambit, sir.
right, yeah.
No, I
Uh
mean, like, real insane. That's like the most insane shit, though, to like, again, blame the victims of something.
yeah.
Like, oh no, it was no, we're not anti-Semitic. It's the rich ones that we're concerned about. Because there's no rich, like, you know, Christians at all.
Yeah. Very, very, very few.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It's a rare thing.
um, yeah, I liked well anyway, aside from
That's a
rotoscoping
what
house
if.
shows. Yeah, honestly, that would have been a
What if the
great
Jews
idea.
did the Holocaust?
What
That was
oh
going to be a
God.
season 4 episode.
Right.
Thankfully, Disney canceled the show before they did.
What if the Red Skull was misunderstood? What if
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. What if the Red Skull had a couple of good ideas?
right.
What if Hydra wasn't wrong?
Right. What if Captain America ruined everything?
Yeah, yeah.
Um
Maybe Thanos was right.
yeah. Well, yeah, actually given the election results, I'd say Thanos had good idea, right?
Thanos had some good ideas. That was like before we get to that was like the one thing about watching these movies, like Infinity War, Endgame was. I was like watching. I'm like, I could see so many douchebags just being like, Thanos is actually right.
Oh yeah.
Like they did. Like he had a compelling argument.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, outside of his minions slaughtering people,
A simple
killing
farmer,
everybody. What?
he was a simple farmer. He was a simple
In the end, he was just a simple farmer, and then those
yeah.
meme guys showed up, and Thor cut his head off, and dude's just making beet soup or whatever the fuck it
Yeah.
is. No,
Borscht.
actually, it was kind of funny though in that beginning of Endgame when they do fly there to take him on, and
Yeah.
even more fucked up because he used the stones again to blow up the stones, so his arm was like completely fucking wrecked. Like he was
Yeah.
like he was like completely weakened state. So when they went to attack him, it was just like, I mean, he doesn't care. He already did what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And, you know, he,
Well,
him Thor killing him was like, okay, he just like kicked a cripple in the head or something. He pushed,
yeah.
you know. Uh,
Um
yeah,
I liked this whole season. I would have to say this one more than others, like with the Howard the Duck episode and with the Agatha episode. It
that
seemed
one was
like
okay too. That one was kind of stupid. I will say the one thing I liked about this season though was like how we kind of got like some of these characters that weren't fully developed or weren't like the biggest part of a movie. Like it was fun to see Kingo, is that his name from the Eternals?
Yeah.
The what's that actor's name? He's that comedian.
Uh,
I'm just gonna look up Eternals.
yeah.
Like it was cool to see that, like um it's Kamala Nanjiani.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny. He's been in lots of stuff. I always felt bad for him though, because like, he got super jacked for that role, and he
Yeah.
started weird. Like it was like I don't know, man. I kind of liked him when he had like a little like your face was like a little rounder, and it just made me fun.
Right.
When you start getting like in the buff territory, you start falling in the Joe Piscopo
Oh yeah.
route where it's like I don't know, man. Am I supposed to laugh, or are you gonna like put me in a chokehold? Like I don't know what to do.
Even more egregious was Carrot Top.
Oh, that was just scary looking.
Yeah.
He just looked freaky.
He
He
looked
looked like
like Stretch
because
Armstrong.
he looked like that. He still had that crazy face, you know. I
Yeah,
think he's like
he's like a
chilled out on the
Klingon.
weight. He looks more normal now, as normal
Does
as a
he?
carrot top could look. Yeah, if you look him up now, he's not. I think he's kind of chilled on the whole weightlifting. He's not as crazy as he looks like a little bit more like the way he did when he first came out. He was just like a skinny redhead.
All right, that's good. Hey, do you
Yeah, oh, that's good. Oh, I feel everything's right now. The world is right. I don't muscle.
I don't know, man. I'm looking at these images. He's still
I'm gonna look up
he
Carrot Top
kind
2024
of
because
like a Klingon or
2025
something.
is too soon. Let's see.
2025.
I mean, this is what he looks like now, and like, I mean, he's
Yeah.
not like, I mean, he's a lot older, but like,
I don't know,
he's not in
man.
that weird. Yeah, because I saw him in something recently too. He was like in some movie, and I mean, yeah, he still is like, but he's not. I don't know. He was like fucking huge. It was
Yeah, he
like
was.
weird. Like he was like Mr. Olympic shit, you know. Like now he's just like,
You
he's
know who he kind of
bulking
looks
out.
like and who just died lately or
Who?
recently? The cat lady. Do you remember Cat? Uh, yeah, Wolf. But the cat woman, she was a socialite like in the 80s. She was
Oh
everywhere.
yeah,
She had
yeah.
like surgery to
Really
make her.
horrible plastic surgery.
Yeah, she died just a couple days ago.
I thought she died years ago.
I don't know. She died. No, she just died a couple days ago.
Oh, okay.
And they had photos of her, and she looked like Carrot Top. So I
Or
didn't
Carrot
think
Top
that at the
looked like
time. I
her.
only now put that together.
Yeah.
Um, but
Well, yeah, he
yeah,
started to look, I thought he probably thought he was gonna get his like because the joke is in like all these movies, like the hero, he's like there's a scene where he takes his shirt off, like fucking Captain America would do
yeah,
that,
yeah.
Star-Lord did that, and like so he'd show off his buff body, but he didn't get that in Eternal, so I guess he
Mm,
did it for himself.
oh,
But
oh
like I said,
well.
it was cool to see like that character again being used,
Yeah,
especially with, like we're probably never going to get an Eternals movie again, which I
I
don't.
hope not.
I hope
That
not,
was
but I wouldn't mind seeing some of those characters again.
definitely.
Like I think his character is really interesting, like him being like this actor for all these like century, like for a century, and he's like the grandfather. And it was cool to kind of see, and it was like in the 40s,
Yeah,
She became like a fucking celestial, so I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird episode. Uh, I have to rewatch the Western one with Shang-Chi. I kind of fell asleep during that one. I need to
yeah.
rewatch.
Honestly, I zipped through most of them. They were enjoyable. I'm not saying
I
like it was a
like the
struggle.
the Red Guardian one with the
Yeah,
Winter
that was
Soldier.
early. That was like the
That was a
third
good
one or
one. That was
so.
like the second or
Yeah.
third one. That one, I like that one. I thought that was really good. And again,
Yep.
it was just cool to see like a version of the Red Guardian that we never really got to see. Like we saw him kind of in the beginning of Black Widow, but then you see him later. He's all husky. We'll use that word.
Yeah.
Shape, and he's covered in
Right.
tattoos, and he's got the crazy beard. Like he's not like the Red Guardian we see in that is like the more Captain America version
Yeah.
of him. So it was just kind of cool to see that, and you see him in the end, and he's in Avengers. So it's just kind of
Yeah.
fun. And he's such a doof. He's like, yeah, such a doof. Like, no, I thought that was a good episode. I like that
Yeah.
one. Trying to think what else.
I thought the last two episodes made for a nice ending to the series.
Yeah.
This is the last season, right? I mean, they're not
And
going to do.
I mean, it would be cool if maybe once in a while they did a special, but this is the last season. They are doing a
Yeah.
Marvel Zombies season.
Yeah. I think that'd be fun. You know?
And I know they're doing a Wakanda. series, which I
Yeah,
think,
Eyes of Wakanda, I think
yeah,
is.
that could be cool.
Yeah.
I think that one could be really good.
This is good. I agree. I look, they could do one-offs of this. They can do um I still like, I wish they did more stuff like Werewolf by Night, where it was just like one,
Yeah, well, they were
like a
supposed to do that, but the pandemic kind of threw that off. But they
yeah.
should get back on that. They should do a yearly Halloween special.
Yep, that would be, I know they
Like
kind of
they
did
do
Agatha
fucking
this Halloween, but
yeah, in a
um
way, yeah, in a way, that's true. She was like the Halloween episode. Like last year, they only had like the colored version of
yeah.
Werewolf by Night because again, the pandemic kind of fucked everything
But
up,
Marvel has so
and
many
then
horror.
the writer strike fucked everything up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should do like a fucking Tomb of Dracula,
Yep. That'd be
fuck,
awesome.
with Werewolf by Night, like like again, like a 60-minute, 55-minute movie. Like that'd be sick.
You could do a Ghost Rider one. I know that's
That
not
would
like
be
super
cool. I think
Halloween, but
Getting a character Ghost Rider can get his own movie or
yeah.
show. I don't think he'd waste it on that. Like, I don't know.
Um yeah, but there's a lot of shit you can do with that. So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, I liked
Original.
What If. Wasn't like uh I think it ended at the right time because
Oh, that one episode it had like Riri Williams going against again, I thought it was cool. It was like Mysterio was the villain. Like that was kind of
oh yeah, yeah.
that was crazy episode. Like the world cracked and like it's so weird. Like people are still able to like
Yeah,
the world like because it's supposed and again it's supposed to be because that celestial was birthed and
right.
in this what if in this universe it birthed early before the Eternals were like able to stop it or whatever.
Did you see Madison got a shout out in the last episode or two?
I think so. What was it? What they say?
One of the watchers said something about like Madison, who
I
said
think
so, it
again,
was yeah, and
like I would have thought it would have been cool if they did like a She-Hulk. What if it would have
yeah.
been cool if they did like, the creator was like, I didn't know I could use Wolverine. I would have done a Wolverine episode.
Right.
He didn't know. But the thing is, like, people gotta realize too, they make these things so far in advance,
Hmm.
that you know he probably didn't when he was working on it, he probably didn't realize like Deadpool and Wolverine and that they had the
Right.
clearance, you know. Like the other thing too is like they did a Riri William episode, and it's like, okay, that's cool, but people probably watch and forget that she was even Wakanda Forever. Like she's,
Hmm.
she has a decent part, but she wasn't. There's a show that's supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out a year ago, so they probably would assume that like, okay, Riri Williams' show came out, so let's do an episode. What if that centers around her?
Hmm.
And her show didn't come out.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost wasn't even. It's coming out this year now. Jesus Christ, it's coming out. This Daredevil comes out in March. That's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Daredevil looks like it's gonna. I hope that's awesome.
I'll
Uh,
bet you it's good.
yeah, yeah. I think they'll do that one right. Um, but and they're going dark on it. Like they're not gonna hold back. It's gonna be pretty much as violent as the one on Netflix. The But again, the Riri Williams show comes out like later in the year, and they probably didn't schedule it right
Right.
because then it would have been more impactful, the episode. Yeah, the old like Watcher Uwada is that his name or something.
I think so. I had trouble following the
He's
that
like
that part.
going, he's like what's the deal? His character is always like kind of how do I say this? He's helped the heroes in the past, and
Yeah.
he has had this is like straight out of the comics. He's had this conflict with like watchers and shit, and it's an
Yeah.
interesting concept. Like, okay, we're watchers, we're just watching, but like, what's the fucking point if we don't ever
Right. If
interact
you're
with
just
them?
watching, then what are you, yeah, what are you
And
doing?
they're so
Um,
powerful. That's the joke too. I mean, they're like these interdimensional characters. They're like because like in the comics, like the Watcher confronts Galactus and is able to like probably take him down because
yeah.
he's like a god also. Uh,
Well,
but it is true. It's like, well, I mean, like we're never supposed to intervene. Like we're just sitting there. Like, what's
I
the
got the
point then?
idea
What
like
is this for? The watching. I mean, it's like it makes sense like as a viewer of a cartoon or reading a comic, but like the idea of a character just watching is
they're
like,
supposed to be like cataloging all the different
yeah. But
worlds,
they're
you know,
like they're
and
in theory they're not supposed to get involved. Like the Uado, whatever his name is,
right.
he's been around since like the early '60s. This character, I think he was like introduced in like Fantastic Four, like
Yeah. I remember
15
seeing
or
that
something. Yeah.
character in books.
Yeah.
Uh
And Yeah, he always like he's like, he might like guide them, but he can't
Right.
intervene. But then there's been situations where he can, and you know, I don't know. And there's always like that council of watchers, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's an
hope
interesting
that
one.
I hope they and it's kind of funny because you remember the watchers are in a scene in Guardians of the Galaxy. It's two. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. They show
Okay.
up. There's that when like Rocket and Yondu are trying to fly through like hyperspace and they
Yeah.
keep jumping to different things, and that's when they see like Stan Lee with
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
Watchers, because everybody had this theory that Stan Lee's actually a Watcher in the
Oh, that's
Marvel
funny.
Universe movies, and they kind of he's wearing like a space suit and he's talking to the Watchers, and they made him look exactly like the comic. So it was like when they showed up on the screen, it was only like a couple seconds, but it was like
Right.
it was almost like, is this too silly looking?
Yeah.
They looked exactly like how
Well,
they
the Watchers, even in the cartoon, they kind of look ridiculous. They're
they got
they
big
got these
baby
big
heads.
heads. Yeah, they
Yeah.
look like fetuses or something.
Yeah, it's kind of funny when
Um,
they get into like their armor and it's like,
yeah, I'm like,
did
is this what is going on here?
you
They
see the
remind
image
me.
of the leader leaked online? In
No.
Captain America Brave New World, the villain, the main one of the main villains is the leader, who was a Hulk villain, and it was played by the guy who played, I forgot the guy's name. He was like the guy who wore the silver mask in the Watchmen show on HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
You've seen this guy in tons of stuff. And he
Yeah.
played the character that would become the leader in the Incredible Hulk movie from 2008. And it's just crazy that his characters, now he's finally the leader. Like, let's see, how many years ago? 2008 to
Yeah.
2015?
Wow.
What is that, like 17 years or
Yeah.
something? No,
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be 17 years this year. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, it looks pretty legit. I saw like
Yeah.
a licensed image of him. He's got the fucking long head, just like the leader
Right.
does.
Yeah. Big old
Mostly the
capsule
whole.
head.
I mean, it's cool. I'm looking forward to that movie. I hope it's
Yeah.
good. Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, what if is? I mean, I enjoy it. Like I said, I see all these people like fucking hating on it, and I just don't think they get it or
Yeah.
don't. I don't know. I
Well,
always love that what if shit. I always like one of my favorite like what if like X-Men. It would be like a big storyline after a big event, and there would be like there was this event called Inferno where basically like hell dimension was taking over Earth, and like Wolverine like became like a demon kind of the comic. So it was like what if Inferno like never went
yeah.
away, or they would do like different, like what if Captain America won the Civil War or something,
Right. Right.
like they would do those kind of storylines. So they always were usually based on, or like what if the Fantastic Four all had different powers? Like they all like Ben Grimm was not the thing. He became like something else.
Right.
And um so yeah, I don't know. I always enjoyed that comic. I mean, sometimes they're stupid and ridiculous, and then sometimes
Yeah.
they're just like they're amazing. And like they did like a comic, it was like what if Elektra didn't die? That was like in the early 80s. So yeah, I like the show. I mean, am I upset it's not gonna come back? No, I don't really care. I mean, unless they had some really cool shit planned with like, like a Wolverine one or a Hulk one, or
Right.
Spider-Man, something that I don't know. I think that's the other thing too. It's like I said, yeah, I find it interesting, like Kango, whatever his name is, from Eternals is in this, but I imagine your average viewer is just like, I want to see like Iron Man or something. Like I don't
Yeah. See, that's I always thought
know.
that even back in the first season, like people want to see Spider-Man. People want to see they want to see the
Yeah,
heroes.
he was in the Marvel Zombies episode, but I think
Yeah.
there's like some weird legal shit with Marvel and Sony still when it comes to like
Mm,
animation and Spider-Man. So
could
he was
be.
probably only limited to like one episode. There is a new Spider-Man series that's going to drop on Netflix soon. And originally it was supposed to be like kind of a prequel to the movies,
Mm,
but now it's its own thing. It's not a prequel to the movies.
yeah. Yeah, that'd be
Um,
cool.
I would say too, like people were complaining, like, oh, why don't they do the comic stuff? And it was like, well, the thing is, all the what if episodes are supposed to play off of the content that was made for Disney Plus and the movies. Like, it's not
Yeah.
really like it's the movie universe, not the comic book universe. That's why they didn't do like, like what if Wolverine killed the Hulk or something? Like,
Right, right.
like a
Well,
Deadpool episode would have been cool.
That would have been fun.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, they could have honestly, they could have done a whole bunch of stuff
I
with
just
all of
think they
this.
probably when they were working on it, they didn't have the rights yet or something. Like they
And some of those, it'd be tough to get a Ryan Reynolds to do the voice acting. I mean, you're
well, they
looking at
probably
like,
wouldn't. He probably wouldn't do it. They
uh,
do get a lot of the actors do it, but then they have like other actors. Like they didn't get what's his face to be Mysterio again. It was a different actor.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't him. That guy, he was from Walking Dead. He ended up being like the Red Skull in the Infinity War movie because what's his face refused to ever work with Marvel again. Hugo Weaving.
Hugo Weaving. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Um,
suppose he had like a falling out. Um,
who was that? Was that
it was
wasn't the guy who played Abe, was it?
no, well, he was the he was gay in the show, and when you first meet him, he had like a husband.
Oh yeah,
Norman Reedus' character kind of befriended him, but I think his husband was killed, so he became
yeah,
one of the characters. And that actor, he does like amazing impressions, and I think that's why they picked him to be
right.
that skull. Where he's probably a lot cheaper than Hugo Weaving too. That's a
Yeah,
different story.
probably.
But they used him a lot for a lot of characters that they couldn't get the actors to come back for.
Yeah. God, what was his name? Uh,
I forgot his name. He was in
yeah.
he liked my the They Look Back, the Roddy Piper looking at the They
Oh,
Live
okay.
game. He liked that. And I think he wanted to get a shirt. And
Oh,
he was assuming that I was gonna send him one, but like I'm like, I don't produce them myself. I would have
oh
sent
yeah, yeah.
him. So I don't think he's probably trying to score some free shit.
Ah, that's funny. Yeah, right.
He's like
The,
his
it,
friend, this guy from New York. This guy I was kind of friends with in New York back in the day, and he took a picture with him, and he was wearing my shirt in the picture.
oh, that's funny.
Back in and he loved it. That guy, but I don't
Huh.
know. Sent them the link to Teepublic.
Yeah.
Well, I had one actor. I had this one actor who, what's his name? He's in that Mighty Gemstone show. He's like the um, I don't know. He got like my mascot or casket shirt. He loved that one.
Oh,
He
okay.
wore it
Huh.
so many times. Yeah. Oh, he was the guy who played Ozzy in the Motley Crue movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. The dirt. God, what was
Yeah,
his?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember
And
that
he had the
guy.
best scene in the whole movie.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
ants.
yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I forget his name, but yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah,
Huh.
Tony Cavallo or something. I don't know.
Yeah, sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure. All right.
all right. So what?
Creature Commandos.
Creature Commandos. What a great show. We only have
What was
one
the first
episode.
episode? That's the who was it? Oh, Dr. Phosphorus.
Yes. Yeah.
It was kind of funny to see, like they said, like I said things about it, but like, they wanted it to be like, all the characters kind of sympathetic, like Weasel's a
Yeah.
sympathetic character, because they even joked about that. Like they must have planned this story for years because in the first Suicide Squad movie, when you're introduced to the Weasel in the beginning,
Right.
not the first shitty one, I mean the one James Gunn did.
Yeah.
You're introduced to the Weasel, and someone says like, watch it, he ate like 12 children or something.
Right.
But he didn't, and they show him like trying to save the girl, and the stupid cops shoot the girl to death.
Yeah.
A
Um.
cab, a cab, dude. Fucking, that's for
The this it's weird. I liked this episode a whole bunch. In a lot of ways, it was like the least. It didn't really advance the story much. It just kind of gave Dr. Phosphorus's backstory.
yeah.
Um,
But I get
it,
like he became like a villain after his tragedy,
yes,
and he kind of embraced it. Like he
yeah,
just like he's like dressing up like a weird pimp kind of, and like
yeah. He went like full. He hired henchmen who like would wear masks to kind of look
yeah,
like him. It
yeah.
reminded me of like the Jim Carrey mask character
They were definitely
briefly.
going for that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was really good. The highlight, the absolute highlight of the episode for me though was the 3-second Batman cameo,
yeah.
which I
Because
thought
they
was
showed
great.
you like as he becomes like basically he kills Maroney, I guess. I don't know,
Hmm.
one of the mob bosses, and he basically becomes like the a kingpin of Gotham for like a minute or something.
Yeah,
And he's living the highlight. Then yeah, you see the window and you see Batman, and that's like clearly that's how he gets arrested and stuff. But like, what's cool about this image of Batman is like he's bigger. Like he
yeah.
was like a brawny ass Batman. People think that fucking what's his face, the guy who plays Jack Reacher, that
Oh yeah,
dude.
yeah. Uh-huh.
that he's going to be Batman. And there's some other guy, like they're going for like a big dude,
Right.
like they're like Robert Pattinson's good as Batman, but like he's not a big dude, you know?
No.
He's good in
He's
that
more like the Crow, the Bat Crow.
emo Bruce Wayne listening to
Yeah.
Nirvana.
I like that.
Wait, you watched the boys, right? The last season.
Yeah.
You remember when like the guy Tech Nine or whatever, he was like he ended up being like the guy who was like a real fetish creep, remember?
Yeah.
But like they show him, they're basically making fun of like T23, where they announce all the new shows
Yeah.
and
Right.
they're announcing all the projects. And he announces like the next Tech Nine. He's like, there will be 15 minutes of there'll be like 10 Nirvana songs or something in this one. And there's like 15 minutes where there's like nothing happening or something, and the crowd's like, oh.
Yeah,
Because he
basically.
was
Yeah.
Tech Nine was supposed to be like the Batman of that universe, and
Yeah, that makes sense.
he was a piece of shit. Like he comes from a family of slave masters, and you know,
Yeah.
probably most rich people
God.
do who have like come from years and decades and centuries of money. There's a good
Yeah.
their money came from slaves.
Yeah. Ugh.
Uh,
Um,
so, but it was I could see that guy playing Batman. I
yeah,
feel
I
like
could.
they need to if they have Batman in this universe,
Hmm.
he has to stand out from Robert Pattinson. He has to look completely
Oh yeah.
like he needs to look like more out of this world a little bit. Like that dude's huge. There was some other actor I said they talked about, but like James Gunn said that like the characters in this show
Hmm.
will be played by the people who are in the movie.
Yeah,
And they
I think
didn't
that's
just
good.
I don't think they just made that Batman like that for no reason. Like they clearly
Yeah,
he has
I
something.
agree. I
And I
agree.
think it would be cool. I don't think it needs to be like a huge fucking actor. That guy played Hawk from Hawk and Dove in the Titans show.
Okay.
Like he was in the Titans show on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, Max. But like, yeah, like he should look more cartoony. Like,
Yeah, I like that. I think that'd be a good look.
love all these like Schneider bots online, like constantly trying to attack the new James Gunn stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's bullshit. I mean, I don't know. I think that I think that the new DC stuff is going to be real good. I'm pretty confident it'll be a success.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know, but I love Creature Commandos. It sucks that there's only going to be one more episode. And I guess it's the
Supposedly, from what I heard, and this might be a possibility,
yeah.
that he, I could be wrong. This might be kind of like how Squid Game season two really was just part one of like Squid Game season
Oh, okay.
like because 7 episodes is kind of an odd number,
It
so
is.
we might not be waiting super long for season two.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Because I just feel like with the story and everything, like, will they really be able to like wrap this all up unless the episode's long?
Well, because they also have to give Fish Girl's backstory. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not they can't just they got to wrap up the overall arc, but they also got to give her backstory. You know,
She'll
so
be probably in this episode. I'm sure it'll be about her.
yeah,
And her she said hers would be interesting.
yeah. No, it'll be good. This the whole show's been great. I'm excited for it. It's probably it's it reminds me a lot like my reaction to it reminds me a lot of my reaction to Peacemaker in that it was just such a great surprise. Didn't think I'd like it as much as I do. I really
I
enjoy
mean,
it.
I liked him in Suicide Squad, but I did he was kind of like a ridiculous character in Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
Like he said like he'll do anything for peace or whatever to make
right.
if there were like dicks everywhere, he would like if it was for peace. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
really ridiculous.
yeah. But he was a lot more, you're right, he was a lot more sympathetic and human in
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah, he wasn't I mean, he kills like Rick Flag in the
Mhm.
fucking movie. He's horrible. Like,
Yeah,
but he's also
yeah,
following orders of Amanda Waller. And then
right,
find out he has this shitty father who
yeah,
like basically made it, and his son have boy fights. Like the rest of
right.
and he fucking killed his brother.
Yeah, yeah,
Punched him really hard, and his brother had like a seizure.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
real, it was good. It was
yeah.
good.
It was a
I,
legitimately
I
good.
again, and I'm like, I don't know. I think people like this. I don't know. I can't wait till Superman comes out. I hope it's good.
Yeah,
I want like the more like comic booky looking shit from DC.
yeah. That'll be good.
Like people complaining about Nathan Fillion's hair. It's like, dude, that's how he looks in the comic.
Yeah,
Garner
that's
has
real.
like a bowl cut. He's like, that's what's funny about him.
Yeah, that is that he. It is
He's the
comic
perfect
book
actor
accurate.
because he's good at playing douchebags, and Guy Gardner is a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
He's actually in the comics in the 80s. He's like the right wing foil in the comic. And
To Green Lantern, right? I mean,
no,
to Green.
well, no, the Justice League. There was a Justice League series, and he was like the right wing crank on the team. And there's a famous issue where Batman just fucking punches him out. It's like an iconic image, and they casted Nathan Fillion. He is definitely going to do that scene where it's from like Justice League number 4 from the
Huh.
80s. And he's on the cover. He's like screaming Guy Gardner, and then Batman just go like he just pisses. Guy Gardner's like pissing him off. He's like a Green Lantern. In theory, you could probably take Batman, really. And
Right.
it's just like bop and knocks him the fuck
Nice.
out. And that is definitely going to be in the movie.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good.
I like, but it's like look at Peacemaker. It's like his outfit's ridiculous, but straight out of the comic, and he casted a guy who looks like an action figure. So it's like,
Yeah.
I just think like, yeah, man, go fucking wow, make Batman get that dude. That guy is huge. Get it, like make him look intimidating. And
Yeah,
don't
that'd be
like
a nice one.
make the costume like fuck, come closer to like the comics. Like, don't fucking make it so overly textured or like,
Black on black on black.
well, like I don't even mind that shit, but like even like when you get to like Dark Knight Returns or even the Dark Knight Rises, like Batman's suit's like all tactile shit. It's like it's not even like a
Yeah.
suit at this point. It's just like tactile.
Armor or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like I did like the costume in the Batman, the Matt Reeves one. Like if you see the
Yeah, oh
cowl.
yeah. That was
Yeah,
real.
like
Yeah, I like that.
it was already like it looked handmade, like it looked hand done. Like
Right.
I mean, it's still like kick the shit out of you with it. It's like heavy duty, but like there was like it just looked like somebody made that.
Yeah.
Like
Remember the Batgirl outfit from like, I don't know, 5 years ago? They came out with they rebooted Batgirl and she had like kind of a
talking about
like a
Batwoman.
no, Batgirl.
What was she on? There was supposed to be a movie that never got made,
No,
but
it was in the comics.
oh,
Let
that
me
purple outfit.
uh yeah, and it had like bright yellow boots and kind
Yeah,
of a
yeah, that
clunky
was cool.
belt and stuff.
That's from like over 10 years ago.
Was it? Oh geez,
Yeah,
yeah. I
but
guess
that
yeah,
that
you're right.
movie that they made that got scrapped,
Right, the
the
Batwoman one,
costume
yeah.
she wears is similar to that version.
Okay, I didn't realize that. I was thinking
Yeah,
of the back. You're right. I bet you it was about 10 years ago.
it was.
Um, but the Matt Reeves Batman costume, although very different, reminded me of that kind of like aesthetic where it was like it looked more pieced together, like someone would have made that,
Yeah,
you know. So it was cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything else from Creature Commandos. I mean, the whole plot. I guess the princess is evil. Like, the four members are walking to. Like, people said that that's like a big James Gunn motif thing, is to like have the heroes kind of walking in a line together.
Yeah,
Did
I
that
could
in
see that.
Suicide
Yeah.
Squad. He did that in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
Kind of see it in some of the clips that are coming out from Superman. And
Yeah.
like, yeah, then also with the Creature Commandos.
Right. Yeah. No, I like it when actors have when directors have like like a scene like Kubrick had a lot of scenes that were like real symmetrical and everything. And
Yeah.
Tarantino has his feet.
Yeah.
And when you know who you're dealing with. You're like,
Yeah,
oh
Francis
yeah,
Ford
right.
Coppola has his Megaflopolis.
Yep. Yes.
Dude, I saw more clips of that. I got said that's a Neil Breen movie.
Yeah. I'm gonna when
Like,
it comes out, I'm gonna watch it. I
I
want to
don't
see
know if I
the
can. Like
Brutalist.
somebody even said, what?
The Brutalist. Have you seen clips of that?
No, what is that?
It's like a movie. It's like a
It has what's his face in it? I forgot his name.
it's basically the story of an immigrant coming to America and like the story of America being told through that
Oh, okay.
lens. It looks really good. I mean, it doesn't look like The reason I brought it up in the same sentence as Megalopolis is that is kind of that epic Hollywood scope,
Yeah.
but I think this is the good version of Megalopolis.
Like Megalopolis, from what I heard the people saying too, it's like, yeah, this movie could be considered like a bad movie and stuff like that. But they said it's like incredibly boring. It's like they don't like there's
Yeah.
watch it again. It's like it's funny and like it's bad. Like John Voight's like in bed and he's like, I got a boner. Let myself. And then he's like shooting arrows at some dude. Like he's literally shooting him with a bow and arrow. And it's like while he's laying in bed. And it's like, what the
Huh.
fuck is this? Who's this for?
Yeah. See, it could be like secretly good, you know.
I guarantee it's not. I guarantee you it's absolute dog shit. It's
People
like
said that about Joe versus Volcano, but that was a really
that
good
was a
movie.
good movie. I like Joe versus the Volcano. That I mean, I like that movie.
Yeah, but no one,
I like the little what was it like? What's her face played actually five different women in the movie. Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan, yeah,
Yeah, she was playing five different women. But
yeah, it was good.
it was a weird movie, but I always thought it was good. I
Yeah,
like the idea of it. Now, Megalopolis looks like crap. I mean, like the fact that it costs so much money is insane.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, Screech Commandos is awesome. I changed my phone plan, so I'm like, I don't know. Hopefully, I still have Max for Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I gotta see. Do I still have it? Let me look real quick because I really would be annoyed if I can't see the last episode.
God, yeah. You can always get a channel via Amazon Prime for like even just a day or two.
Okay. No, I still have it. I might have it
Oh,
till the rest of the month.
right. All right, so the last one here is Skeleton Crew. Um, I
It's
what a
like
great
this.
oh, go ahead.
No, this is the second to last episode of the
Yeah.
series.
I had kind of as I was watching it, I kind of forgot that it was the second to last episode. And somewhere from beginning it to the end of it, I kind of got it in my head that this was the last episode.
Yeah.
And it ends on a cliffhanger, which caught me off guard. I was like, oh, what? And then I was like, oh yeah, there's one more. It was a great
No, I thought it was
episode.
awesome.
Hmm.
I love the pirates.
Yep.
Like what's his name? Brutus? No, what is it?
Brutus, yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. He got
He
killed.
he was awesome.
Yeah, he was.
Uh
Spoilers.
yeah.
What's his face is like pretty much the villain of the show.
Who is?
Jude Law.
Yeah, yeah.
It seems like go ahead, what?
I was surprised because this episode made him clearly a villain. Like
But I
up until
think
now, it was ambiguous, I thought.
there's theories about him though that he is like that he was a youngling that probably escaped the day, was able to escape from Anakin and the Stone and the clone troopers killing. Because they said that like I watched this thing and they said the way he holds his lightsaber is actually similar to like Mace Windu. And
Oh,
he's holding it and, and they even showed like the scene where he's like kind of pointing it and you see it
yeah.
scared. And they said that they literally mirrored that scene when Anakin kills all the younglings.
Huh.
Like the way they shit the shot
Yeah.
the lightsaber and everything. But there's like some theories that like I don't know. He'll probably I could see him like doing like a turnaround or something, but they'll still think he's a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's still not trustworthy. But
Well, it's weird because it was only up until it was when he had them alone on the ship and threatened them that it to me he became like full villain because up until then it was like oh he could have a plan he could
I
because
mean
he was
that
always
episode when the one where like it was like 2 episodes ago, the one where they're on that like planet that was supposed to be like a pirate thing, but ended up being like a huge
yeah
resort. He got pretty
uh,
evil in that too.
yeah but like I was always I remember thinking at the time like well maybe he has a long game here maybe he's like stringing them along and is really going to help the kids out I mean I don't know it just seemed at the beginning that it was ripe for him to be a Han Solo type of character that starts out as a rogue and then ends up as a hero. That's
Yeah.
kind of what I thought his arc was going to be, and it clearly is not, or it's not yet.
I like that they revealed like how they're able to get in, I guess because the ship is from Atten.
Yeah, it's a
That's why
stolen
the
ship.
kids were able to get into it. And then the other thing too is that there's like all these theories, like what's his name, the advisor or something.
The director.
the director, that he might be the pirate that
I
crushed.
think that I thought that. I was like, that would make sense that the director is the pirate and he
But
went good.
then you find out, like in that episode, that there were multiple at-ends around the galaxy. Like
Yeah.
so, like, but I loved like when they break through that cloud or whatever, the
Yeah.
barrier, and then it's like so tiny in the middle of it. Like I thought that
Yeah.
was the planet, and it's like that's the planet's in the center, so it's so masked from like the rest of the universe. Like the fact that they use old Republic credits, it's like were they even aware of the Empire?
Yeah. Well,
Like
they
they're
were
very that
aware of
planet. Everybody on that planet's very sheltered.
but they knew of the Jedi. Like, because
Yeah, that's true. So
Wynn did say he wanted to be a
yeah,
Jedi. Uh,
so like one of the images was like Luke versus the Rancor. So like
yeah.
I don't know, maybe that's a fuck up on their part. I like it seems like they're using old Republic credits. They're not using, and that's why the pirates are like, oh shit. Like when you see all the gold and him like
Yeah.
just he's like,
He like was almost crying out of
yeah.
joy, you know?
Well, I mean, like it's insane. Like it was like the whole thing is just treasure. I
Yeah.
mean, it would kind of make sense that that planet's not that big, actually.
Yeah, I almost wonder if the planet itself is the forge. You know what I mean? If it's like a artificial
It must
moon
be
or
something.
something.
Like everybody that works there just like works for the bank. Like that's
Yeah.
what I realized. Like in the beginning episode, I almost like thought that they're like because they show like Neil's mom, but like
Yeah.
until she's like obviously older. I thought first I was like, holy shit, are they like skipped like 20 years and they're all like adults now
Oh, that'd be funny.
forever or something? But no, that was just the parents trying to get the
Yeah.
in system up.
Right, right. Um,
So that the joke is you're gonna find out that the actual captain of the ship is that mouse that lives in that robot's eye.
yeah, that'd
It'll
be
be
funny.
revealed that he's actually like higher intelligent, not like
Right. Yeah.
space rat. I don't think that's true though.
No, but I do think the director is someone significant, like that we would recognize the significance of. Like, I'm not
Yeah,
saying it's going to be Yoda or anything like that, but like, I'll bet you it is a character that we either know from the original, trilogy or its offshoots, or it is someone in the show that we've heard about but haven't seen, like the original pirate or something like that. So,
yeah.
um, but what a great show! I love again that the show is like fun. Like,
It looks great.
yes,
I love seeing like tons of fun aliens.
yeah,
Pirates are great.
I love that they let the kids be kids and
Yeah,
like
and the
sometimes
kids are
roll
great, and
with
the
it.
acting's great. The acting's
Yeah,
great. Those kids, like,
when that
they're
girl
all good.
calls unclaimsies and the robot is like, that's close enough. And he like
Yeah,
knocks out Jude Law. Like
yeah.
that
And
was
then
like a
Jude Law takes it. Oh yeah, when he punches him,
yeah,
that's so funny. But he's wearing the
he
helmet, so he's kind of.
right.
But then he
But
fucking pulls out his lightsaber and fucking kills that robot,
yeah, yeah.
or fucks him up at least. But
But we saw the robot get fucked up before.
yeah,
Uh
I'm
but
curious where how the show's gonna end. I really have no idea. I'm not gonna make any predictions. I don't know.
yeah,
Like, do they plan on like are they gonna leave like little seeds for something else? Because supposedly this was supposed to be a
a one and done.
yeah one and done. So
Man, I'll bet you this show is very well liked. I'll
I
bet
don't
you this
know. Well, I don't think it's getting the numbers. I think a lot of people are like fucking done with Star Wars right now.
uh
I'm telling
that
you, like,
could be, but this has legs. This will do
yeah, it does,
well.
but I don't be shocked if we never they do another one. I
Yeah,
mean, if
I'm not
they
gonna be shocked,
listen, if
but
they wrap it up, that's all I care about. Wrap the fucking story up.
yeah, put the
Wrap it up in
fries in the
nothing.
bag.
Would I love to see like further adventures of these characters? Sure, but
Right.
make fucking wrap it up and not do some fucking bullshit where like Darth Vader shows up.
Yeah, right,
You
yeah,
know? Fucking Yoda shows up for something stupid, and then we're like, oh, so
right.
we're not ever gonna see this? Like wrap it up in a way that like sure they could be called for further adventures with these characters, but this story's finished.
Yeah.
We never get another Skeleton Crew season. That's fine.
We're fine with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree.
It's like we
Um,
talked about that with the Acolyte. It's like frustrating. It's like, the Darth Plagueis showing up in the
yeah.
cave. seed and then Yoda. And it's like, okay, why were I
Yeah,
would prefer to have those characters in there to begin with. That's
right,
what people even said, like, what was the point of What If in the end of the series when they showed like all the like Spider-Man is something or like Wolverine is
right,
something.
right.
Like I would have just preferred to see that at those
Yeah,
episodes.
for sure. What if Spider-Man were Black Widow? Would have been great. Would have been
Well, did
great.
you see that one cool thing though when the four heroes, but they were because it was kind of cool. They were called like Exiles, which there is a comic series called Exiles actually. That's what the Storm and
Oh yeah, yeah.
Captain Carter were called in it.
Uh-huh.
And when they would get knocked out and like you would see five different versions of them.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. Well, he was that was when the Watcher said like, I'm going to kill you in every universe, basically.
Yeah.
Like, um, but yeah, no, Skeleton Crew's great. It's been such a fun show. I mean, like and it came at the right time for me with Star Wars because Star Wars had had a few misfires lately. Um, and I just love it. I love that they're having fun with it.
Yeah.
Whoever is doing it, they should do more stuff for Star Wars
Yeah.
like this, even if they don't want to do Skeleton Crew 2. Um, this works so well for Star Wars. Like the suburbs, the focus on the kids, making it feel like an 80s throwback, the kind of craziness and whimsiness of it. It's all good. So
Yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, I think it's one of the better shows. I hope that kids like it because that's really should be the goal is to like because at the end of the day, like all these like nerds like us or
yeah,
these like sorry dudes, like you are not we're not part of the demographic. I mean, like
right. Well,
at
this
some
was
point, if they want to keep this property alive, they have to get people who are like 10 into Star Wars.
yeah.
And I guarantee right now, 10-year-olds don't give a shit about Star Wars.
Yeah, and you're right because this, in a lot of ways, this is a what if episode. This is like, what if the Goonies were set in the Star Wars universe? I mean, that's basically like what we're
And
looking at
again,
here.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, I
Yeah,
think it's like, I mean, Goonies is just a concept. It's not like, you know,
right.
I mean, when the Goonies came out, there was another movie that came out around the same time called like The Explorers, that where they go to space.
Yeah,
It was kind of like a similar vibe, and I think Goonies just totally overshadowed it. And
I would just take like popular '80s movies and put them in like Porky's,
yeah,
but it's Star Wars,
Porky's.
right?
Yeah, that scene when uh Dr. Evazan stuck his dick in the hole.
Yeah,
Mothma was just
right.
grabbing onto it. I really,
That has legs. That would sell.
and in the Star Wars Porkies, obviously Jabba the Hutt's Porky.
Revenge of the Nerds, but it's the Sith, right?
Right.
That shit writes itself.
I mean,
So
fuck, they were like spying on women committing huge crimes.
yeah,
I always said
all
that about, I always try to find the positives of like Revenge of the Nerds. Like the movie aged really badly in a lot of ways. Like,
it has.
like,
Yeah,
okay, there's like that one scene where like the nerd, I forgot his name, the main nerd, and he's like obsessed with that woman, and like he's dressed like Darth
yeah,
Vader,
Lewis.
and she, yeah, Lewis, and she thinks like it's him for a second, like the other
Yeah,
guy, Ted McGinley, I
right.
guess, that character, and like it's kind of fucked up because you're like, holy shit, you just kind of like raped her,
Yeah, not
but
kinda, not
but
kinda.
yeah, I know you did. I'm trying to like, yeah, you did. But they also though said that she knew it was him. Because first
Yeah,
of all, he's like 70 pounds wet.
right.
The
Yeah,
other dude's like a big muscular
right,
jock. So if she she had to knew it was not him. And then
right.
she said she knew it wasn't him because he went down on her.
Yeah,
And he makes some comment about nerds pleasing women or something.
yeah, yeah.
Shit.
Right.
So,
See, that would
like,
work so
so
well
they
in the Star
kind of
Wars
like
universe.
what?
That
Yeah,
would
but
work so well.
right, but the one I always say this to my son, like the one there's like the one scene in Revenge of Nerds where they literally commit a massive crime and they all would go to jail is where they put all the cameras up in the women's
Yeah. Oh,
fraternity
geez, I forgot about that.
and then they're spying on her. And there's that scene when Booger it goes to him and he goes, "We got Bush."
God, yeah.
But I said there's still some positivities in the movie. Like a good example is like how the nerds accept everybody. Like
Right.
there's Tagashi who's on the Gong
Yep.
and uh
Lamar.
that Lamar, yeah, Lamar, they find his positivities. They,
Yeah.
yes, he's a prancing, effeminate man,
Caricature. Yeah.
a caricature in some ways, but they talk about like, when he throws the javelin, and the nerds are like, oh yeah, due to his like his wrist, like the
Yeah.
javelin was
They
made by that.
right. It was like
Yeah, but they're accepting of him. They
yeah.
don't ever question
No.
him. They don't ever make fun of him. They don't like, yeah, it's unfortunate there's some scenes that are
Right.
would be considered massive crimes.
But that's only like 65% of the movie, if you think about it. That's
Yeah,
only
20% is also wrong.
right.
5% where they just accept
Yeah.
people for who they are.
65% is probably criminal activity. Maybe 30% is just morally abhorrent. And 5% is good old fashioned fun.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
The movie aged like fine milk.
yes, right. They could have a Star Wars Cannonball Run. There's just my point is
They
there's a
could
lot
do,
of
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Let's
a
see,
lot of places you can go with it.
they should do a Star Wars Penguins, a Penguins documentary,
Right.
but
Yeah.
with the porgs or whatever they were called.
Oh, yeah, they're
Those
adorable.
things are super cute. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Huh.
Like like they could do that. They could do like I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
like something ridiculous. My dinner with Andre, but with like
Right.
my dinner with like Palpatine.
Yes. My
And
dinner
like at the end of the movie though, like Palpatine just gets annoyed and like electrocutes
but
all the Sean character to death. I
then
tell
pays for
you, no
them.
complaining.
Yeah, that would be good. I would see my dinner with Andre would work well with like the subtle tension between Jar Jar and Darth Maul.
Yo,
Like
yeah, yeah, the
just
subtle tension.
put those two at a table together and just let them
Yep.
talk. Just let
Yeah. Darth Maul goes on about that scene where
them.
he was with like the Aborigines or I don't know, whatever. There's
Yeah,
that
right.
scene. Yeah, yeah.
The Jar Jar character just like farts. Like just
Yeah.
like
Oh, Mr. Metaputo.
right.
Whole movie of just that. And Darth Maul
Yeah.
only says like four lines.
Right. Yeah. That'd be good. All
You
right.
like
Well,
to get the appetizers at the dinner? Like you can have it, please.
well, I am both very much and not at all looking forward to the last episode because I'll be sad when it's over because I've really enjoyed the
I just hope
show.
it ends in a good way.
Yeah,
That's
I
all.
do too. I just give me a good ending and
I hope Neil gets that little monkey bird girl.
yeah.
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 I mean,
Neil.
I want to know what the fuck Atten is, and like, are these people like technically like prisoners on this planet in a way? I mean, they clearly can't leave. Like, and like, yeah, who's the advisor? They better reveal who that
Well, that's funny, because they are, I don't want to say they're prisoners because they have like a nice life, comparatively.
is. Yeah,
Like if you all the other Star Wars planets around this time are like fucked up. But like
they're all like backwater, fucking like controlled
but
by
they
mobs.
are like policed by those droids and stuff. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like you get the feeling like
but it's still like even the droids are just kind of like,
yeah, they're like
don't do
bureaucratic.
that, stop it, and they'll just like hit you with like a little stun ring.
The best was when the droid was trying to get Wim's dad to reveal what was behind his back, and he's like, "Show
Yeah,
me your hand. Show me your
yeah,
other hand." Then he's like,
yeah.
"Show me both
Both,
hands at the same time." Show me.
yeah, that was funny. And then like. You know how what's his face was like it's just funny too of the show, like how droids are like gullible. Like that
Yeah,
I mean that pirate droid's supposed to be kind of fucked up anyway.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
It's
like
a little zapped.
yeah, he's a little fucked up. So it's easy to just convince him, like, no, I'm the captain now. And then he's like, okay. Like
Right.
there were theories that he was the actual captain of the ship.
I could see that.
There's also like I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, yeah, we will. All
Yeah,
right.
it's been good. I liked it. Like I said, my only complaint of it has nothing to do with the show. It's just like I don't know. I don't want to pay for the non-ad version of Disney Plus, but
Yeah.
it's like the ads are just like ruin the whole
I
thing.
I have the non-ad version, and that would really the show flows. It's a quick show,
Yeah,
flows very smoothly.
it makes
It's
me not
not
want to
built for
watch Disney
commercials.
Plus. Like it
Yeah,
ruins the repeat value for me.
more like Disney minus.
Yeah, exactly. You got Disney Plus. I
I
got
got Disney
Disney.
Plus.
I got Disney
You
minus.
got, you got Disney less than or equal to.
Yeah,
Um, Yeah.
I got
All right.
Disney. I got Disney poor.
Yeah. God.
I got Disney poor kid.
Uh, uh,
Oh,
uh.
you want to watch your favorite movie?
We have Disney Plus at home. We just
You have Disney
what?
Plus. You have Disney minus at home. What?
It's like
Yeah, yeah. Like you want to go to McDonald's? No, I'll
right.
make you a burger. Like, fucking,
Big
I'll fucking put oatmeal and breadcrumbs in it. You'll be like, what the fuck is this? I'll chop up onions and put it in it too.
Eddie Murphy had a great bit on
Yeah,
that.
that's
We're
what
like,
that is. That
yeah,
is it. The mom's burger, and then
yeah,
it's put like on the, like just white
big
bread, and the
green
white bread.
pepper and something.
Yeah, it's just soggy and it's fat. The burger's like fat, and like you just want to eat the little thin shit that
Right.
McDonald's gives you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just steal Eddie Murphy bits. I think I'm just
Yeah.
gonna do that. That'll be my comedy act. I'll see if anybody notices.
Yeah.
Change like a word around.
Right.
Hey, this horrible racist jokes, this horrible homophobic
Yeah.
jokes that are from
Yeah.
the 80s is from two of Eddie Murphy's
You
favorites.
could he has 40 minutes of great AIDS material, which is a laugh riot. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah, yeah. What a great time. Good
yep.
thing he played into that
Yeah.
hysteria.
Yeah.
He knows that it didn't age well.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think it's
Yeah, what was it
probably
like? He's like, there's like one of the lines like I feel like we talked about this before, but like his wife hangs out with their gay friend and
yeah.
the gay friend, they might have a kiss or something, and that's how she gets AIDS, and it's like so ignorant. It's like
Yeah. I remember him saying I saw him live on his Raw tour. I went up to
you saw him
Gainesville,
in the
Florida.
audience, like
Uh
you saw him live
yeah, I
performance.
saw a live performance when I was in, I want to say like either a senior in high school or like right out of high school. The University of Florida has this thing called like the Gator Growl or whatever, and they always bring in a big headliner. And that year is Eddie Murphy on his Raw
I
tour.
didn't like Raw that much.
Well, it was fine, but I remember the shtick pretty well, and he did like it felt like 20 minutes on AIDS jokes. And it was like, there was like, even at the time, I'm thinking
People
like,
dropping like flies from this horrible disease
yeah.
that they had no
And
idea what
I,
to do.
I was
It's
not
funny.
like an evolved in a lot of ways. I was kind of a typical crappy, male 12th grader,
Yeah,
whatever in Florida at the time. I was not like I had not considered the greater world.
right.
And even then I was like, this isn't like super funny. Like, because
Yeah, well, I never, even as a kid, I didn't find those jokes
yeah,
funny. I mean, the one
right.
with him and Ralph Cram Norton, and
Oh yeah,
it's a
that was
fucking
funny.
ass. That's
Yeah.
funny, or the Goonie Goo Goo. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Remember Goonie Goo Goo? The
I don't
family.
remember that one.
Oh God! I mean, you can probably go back and like a
Yeah.
white person should not tell that joke,
Yeah.
but
Well,
Goonie Goo Goo is pretty fucking funny.
yeah.
Um, then there's like I don't know. There's some
A lot of his
ice
stuff.
cream joke, like dropping and the kid dropping it on
Oh, yeah.
there's like fucking shit on it or something. You're like,
Yeah.
there's you ever listen to old Bill Cosby records?
Oh, yeah. I actually
Yeah,
had
it's
a bunch
crazy
of
when
them.
he was like he just sings his old favorite song, like I'm gonna put a forget me now in your wine.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
I thought that was weird. That was no,
Hey, I
he had
remember
this
him
whole
doing something
bit
about the
about
chicken
like
heart.
what?
Didn't he have a bit about the chicken heart? It was like
I don't
a
know.
monster or something.
He had this one bit about just like, you know, like as a kid, like they would like play in the junkyard or whatever, and they'd
Yeah.
be fine. It's like fucking glass and shit. But then like they inst they tore it all down or whatever. And they put in like the monkey bars and the
Right.
seesaw. He's like, we lost 12 kids that day when they let the seesaw being this like dude, seesaws are fucking violent. I got hit in the
Yeah.
head with one once. Then that fucking kid will like get off and you just fucking slam
Oh,
down.
yeah. I remember that.
Dude, I hated the seesaw. Seesaw was
Yeah.
horrible. Worst
You
fight.
like compress like three lumbar regions of your back with that.
Yeah, the worst. And then like no, this is like he's just talking about like all the different the stuff they would add. I don't know. I guess they're considered rides. I don't know.
Yeah.
What
I
the
don't know.
playground or
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, he just like talking about how all the kids got hurt. They weren't hurt before when they
Right. Yeah. And
were
playing in the
young.
junkyard.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, that's funny. Well, yeah. Anyway, so I guess
not as
we'll
funny as his later work.
yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. All
Woof.
right. So the next topic, speaking of not very funny, is January 6th. We had
I
the
mean,
anniversary.
the joke's on us.
Yeah, I'll tell you, like you had said, um, after the election, I I stopped watching the news and I quit Twitter and I got on Blue Sky, and I still like bitch about politics on Blue Sky every now and
You're
then,
not
but
actively using it as much, I bet.
I'm not. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, I use it like how I first used Twitter, like years and years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I did notice, um, I feel a lot better. And all of the stuff that used to bother me a whole bunch, like, if I think about it, like, it bothers me, but like a lot of it, I have come to realize just didn't really affect me one way or the other. Like, I hate what, like, that superintendent of schools is doing in Oklahoma, the Ryan.
That guy sucks. I mean,
Yeah.
he's absolute garbage.
But I used to, on Twitter, they would feed me like 700 tweets about him per day, some
Yeah.
positive, some negative. And I would get like, I would dwell on it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It would bother me. I'd think about it when I wasn't even on Twitter.
Yeah, well, that's what
Uh,
it's designed to do. It's designed to like
yeah.
piss you off always and be angry and
And to engage me, because then I'd get on there and,
yeah.
um, and it
I'll show
never,
him. I wrote a tweet that says he's a
right.
no good Nick.
And the weird part is it never affected me. It will never affect me. I mean, it'll affect me in like some oblique ways, because when I'm older and I need a physician, uh now, like, a lot of states aren't going to turn out physicians because all the kids are going to be
Well, make
stupid.
sure you don't go to Oklahoma, I guess.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
But it's
it'll
not
affect
just
me,
that.
but
It sets a why he's dangerous is because it sets a standard, and you're gonna see like copycats of this asshole.
oh yeah, you already have. I mean, like,
Yeah,
Louisiana has
yeah,
started putting like Bible classes, and all,
yeah.
all
Like,
these chud states are. Um,
yeah.
and ultimately, though, you you can not go to a doctor that has like the Oklahoma School of Bible Doctoring diplomas hanging on the wall. You can like do a little research, as they say,
Yeah.
and like choose a physician that graduated from a school, like a real school, and you can go about things that way. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, January 6th came and went, and Democrats didn't do anything. Joe Biden wrote a op-ed in the Washington Post.
What
He
he
said,
did? What was it? He
it
actually,
said yeah, he did. Washington Post published it. I guess they got the approval from Trump.
yeah.
And
Bezos was fine.
yeah,
Okay, because
Bezos. I mean, Bezos, from transitioning from kissing Trump's left ass cheek to his right ass cheek,
just going
uh,
straight into the middle.
snuck in a question.
He just
Do you
shoved his head right up Trump's ass.
do you mind, sir, if I publish? And anyway, yeah, Biden said, like, don't forget January 6th. It was a big deal. And he's like, all this shit. And like, okay,
Like, who cares? I watched like videos. Like, someone posted like the video of like this is where Ashley Babbitt was killed,
yeah,
and I was like, good. She was a these like.
yeah,
If you see that fucking video, man, these people were like, they were there to fucking kill people.
yeah.
These were not
Well,
protesters. They
even
were
if
fucking
they,
smashing glass. They had weapons. They were
yeah.
fucking there to fucking kill people.
So, I mean,
And these and this I don't know. I saw a special. I gotta watch the whole thing. Hassan Nabi. I haven't been watching him lately because I'm just trying to like tune
yeah,
out
yeah.
some stuff. But I saw one where he talks about this kid who's scared that his father's gonna get out of fucking that Trump's
Yeah, the
pardon him.
kid in Texas, yeah.
Yeah, that kid who basically turned in his dad and his
Right.
mom was like horrible. His mom is like a full-on MAGA chud. Like she won't
The
even look
sister
at him.
was too. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
kid has a gun. Keeps a gun with him. His dad was
good,
like
good
part of
for
a
him.
fucking militia, like 3%ers or some bullshit. And his father was like proud for doing it and at January 6th. But you know, it'd be funny. I bet you Trump doesn't pardon him. I bet you Trump ain't gonna pardon any of them. He'll pardon
Yeah,
like the
he'll
lead.
pardon the famous ones.
He'll pardon like the Proud Boy guys or
The
something.
guy that looks like Sloth.
No, he
Stuart
won't pardon him.
Rhodes.
He doesn't. No, he won't pardon him. He doesn't. He's not TV friendly.
Well, I think you're right. I
He
think that
won't. T-
he'll.
he's more like 3 in the morning TV. I don't think we want him during. We definitely not daytime, not prime time. We're
Hmm,
talking infomercial time, and even then, it'd probably be a good idea we don't see him
yeah.
ever.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. But I think that the thing we said before, we've said this before, this is like the real victory of Trump is that he really has made people like me um like pretty disengaged. You
Yeah.
know, I
Well, I
used
mean,
to,
like, what does it matter? He fucking
right,
won.
yeah, like this is the country people want. You know, they think they're gonna get like free eggs
I
or
don't even think that he. I don't know. I don't even trust our elections anymore. I haven't before.
yeah,
And like I definitely don't trust him now. I mean like again, he won the popular vote by a very slim number. What is it? It's like not even a million. It's
yeah.
like
Well,
like I
that's
said, it's the lowest popular vote win ever.
but but we don't even know if it really happened because like as we like Texas threw out so many votes
Yeah.
all from Houston.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Atlanta
she
shut
probably would
down.
have won the popular vote, even if she lost the presidency. She probably would have
Yeah,
still won it.
Atlanta shut down. I mean, the Georgia had a lot of polling places shut down, all in Democratic areas. Um, the Supreme Court clearly on the take. You know, I mean, it's
I mean, it's like we fucking 4 years has passed since January
yeah.
6th, and like it doesn't matter. None of
Well,
it. It's a
the
joke.
thing is, and
No one important was arrested.
no,
He should
no.
have been fucking Mitch McConnell saved his fucking ass. If Mitch McConnell fucking impeached him,
Well, in the Supreme Court said that you can't put they sided with that Eileen
no,
Cannon and
if when
oh
they
yeah,
he
during the
was
impeachment.
impeached again
Yeah,
after January 6th, he was
yeah,
impeached again, and he was impeached in the House, and like Mitt Romney impeached him. There was like a little bit of crossover, but like Mitch McConnell protected Trump in the Senate. If Trump was fully impeached, he never would have been able to run again.
yeah, yeah.
And they saved his ass. And then Trump returns the favor by treating him like shit. But it's like, what do you expect? Trump's a piece of shit. You fucking
Good. Yeah.
Scorpion's gonna fucking sting you in the end, dude. It doesn't matter what you fucking do for them. They're gonna turn on you. Like that's what Scorpions
Well,
do.
we went through 4 years of Biden and Harris and all the rest of them saying that Trump was like the Antichrist, and
Yeah.
then they invite him over for tea after he wins the election.
Yeah, pretty
Fuck that.
much. Fucking
I'm not saying you need to throw an insurrection or you need to like refuse to vacate the White House, but like you can certainly be a dick about it. You can say,
yeah.
look, we're slowing everything the fuck down.
And Trump
And
is complaining, saying that Biden isn't working with him too, which is a complete
good.
lie.
Yeah,
He
yeah. But
Biden got no help from the Trump administration
yeah,
coming in. They jumped ship, dude. They like it's fucking weird. The whole thing's weird. And again, it's like here we go again, another fucking Democratic vice president who was the candidate that lost and has
yeah.
to be humiliated on TV and like basically go along with the January 6th
I
process.
wouldn't. Trump
Like
did.
Al
Trump.
Gore did it in
Yeah,
2000 after
I
being
would
screwed by
call
the
in
Supreme
sick that
Court.
day. Said, fuck that.
Yeah,
100% fuck that.
yeah. And you got
So
Kamala and like some person was like someone's kid that I think like a senator's
yeah,
kid.
I voted for you or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. And she's like, oh,
Great.
no, we just gotta keep on fighting. It's like,
Yeah.
you could have
Really?
won. She could have fucking won. She took some bad fucking advice. But
Well,
again, I think the thing that pisses me off the most about all this too, and this is why I said like I'm sick of even like left wing me. Like I don't want to like I don't even watch Majority Report anymore. Like I
yeah,
don't because the fucking not Sam but the other people like I'm vigilant and stuff. All they would do is fucking attack the Democratic fucking candidates, attack Biden. She attacked Biden all fucking year, and then she was pushing Kamala, and you get Kamala in there, and she didn't really actively defend Kamala. So
yeah,
I mean, again, like, Majority Report, I think has like 1 million subscribers on YouTube, maybe more.
yeah, yeah,
But fuck, I mean, she lost by 200,000 votes in those 3 states, right?
yeah,
Like, if 200,000 people voted for her, we would not be having this conversation right now.
yeah.
Seems like, I
Huh,
mean, I know, like, they spent more time. attacking the Democrats. Like, yeah, we know the Republicans are bad. Okay, but maybe you should like, focus on that.
Yeah.
Like, because they
Hey,
are bad. Like Trump's horrible. Like
Biden should have been showing up to work every day since the election, putting in roadblocks, like telling,
we don't hear anything. Like, do you hear about Israel anymore?
no,
No.
you don't hear about anything. Have you ever heard? Heard of any more trans athletes in high school?
Oh, they'll start up again in the, next couple weeks again.
Whatever.
But no, they're not. It's a joke. The border is all of a sudden not going to become important anymore.
Yeah,
It never was. It's bullshit.
the age of the president probably won't be brought
That's
up.
not a concern anymore.
No.
Everyone in the media was responsible for that. They all attacked Biden. And then
Yeah,
they would say he had mush for brain while Trump's like on stage going, and it's
yeah,
like, no, it's a joke. It's a fucking joke. This fucking guy fucking in the Republican Party conducted January 6th. People fucking got hurt, killed,
yeah,
some on both sides. And then this fucking guy gets to be president again?
yeah.
That's insane. That's
Well,
not that's not normal.
well,
Bizarre
the
world shit. Doesn't make any fun. And then you got him going on TV saying that we're gonna buy we're gonna make Canada part of the USA. Like what? No, you're not. We're gonna buy Greenland. We're gonna we're gonna take over the Panama Canal, and then the new one, which is so fucking stupid. I'm gonna change the name. He said, I'm gonna change it. Trump said, I'm gonna change the name of the Gulf Coast to the no,
the Gulf of
yeah,
Mexico.
Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
That's
And
I
you?
you know I
That's
that's an
just,
interesting question. I don't know. I mean, like, I think anybody can name anything. Like, you know
yeah,
what I
like
mean?
we could
Like,
just, he could just say, "Oh, maps made in the USA. We'll have the Gulf of America there." And
yeah. I mean, like,
I think that could really cause a lot of problems. Actually, I think there's like probably like shipping routes and all kinds of
well,
shit. If you change the name of it, all of a sudden it's like, oh well, technically you don't have
yeah.
this. You don't have the deed to this oil refinery in the middle of the fucking Gulf.
I
So
don't know. I mean, I'm sure there is like an official cartography or whatever, but
yeah, I
like
think he's just a distraction.
that's it. Ultimately, it's like,
They're not going to do that. That's just stupid. It's very stupid. It's
yeah,
just he's boring. He's boring. Like I'm tired. Like there's nothing new. He wasn't exciting before. Everyone always say, "Oh, he's so good at making fun of people." Is he?
yeah,
Oh, I mean, who did he do? He made fun of Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio. That's like the easiest fucking thing. Anyone could do that.
right, yeah, it
He
is.
he
I mean,
got
that's like
crushed
making
in the
fun of
debate.
Ralph Wiggum.
He got fucking crushed in that debate against Kamala Harris. And Kamala's team should have been on TV calling out Trump and calling him a fucking chicken every day.
Yeah,
And they didn't. They let him get away with not debating again.
yeah, and
They
they,
should have been
yeah,
calling
they
him
gave up on, yeah,
they should have said Trump is a fucking chicken every day.
yeah.
Oh, we have to decorum. No one gives a shit about decorum.
No,
The
well,
boys are
clearly
decorum.
not. Yeah,
No,
I think
decorum's not a thing. No one cares
I
about it.
wonder what the next Democratic nominee is going to be like. You
It's
know what
gonna
I
be
mean? Like,
fucking like it's gonna be a disappointment. Don't it's not gonna be a good I'm sorry, it's not. It's
well,
not gonna be a good candidate. It's gonna be like
yeah, I don't know.
fucking Gavin Newsom or something. He's okay, but like he's also pretty shitty too. It's like,
Yeah,
but yeah, it'll probably be him. I could see it being Gavin Newsom.
yeah,
I wonder the public. I mean, I guess it would be depending. I could see Trump spending the next year or two just saying like, I should get another term.
yeah,
Again, like, but again, don't you have to have like 2/3 of the vote or something to do like a change like that in the Senate?
yeah. That'll never happen because like you would need, and you'd also need a certain number of states to rat. There aren't enough states that would ratify it.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid, first of all. But like,
Well,
okay,
and then like
be JD Vance, who
if they did
sucks.
that, then you would have like you might have like Obama run against him. I mean, like
Yeah,
I
fuck it.
doubt
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I
get
mean,
over. I
like
don't think he would do it, but yeah,
I
might
don't
as
either,
well.
but like you could. I mean,
You fuck, get Bill Clinton.
yeah,
I don't want to do this. I'm 110 years old. He
yeah.
looked
He
old
just
as
got.
shit
He
at the
did.
well, he had health problems and his heart and everything. I
Yeah.
don't think he's gonna live super long. I think he's
No, I don't think Trump's gonna live super long. To be honest with
I
you.
think Trump's gonna live forever. I do. I don't think
We'll
Trump's ever
see.
going to die. At least not in these 4 years. Part of me is like,
So,
yeah, he'll croak next month, and the other one's like, nah, he'll
mm.
man doesn't give a shit.
Well,
People don't give a
the
shit, don't age.
yeah, the distractions are of the particularly dumb variety.
Yeah,
Um, I'm not even sure like why why would you want Greenland? What is in Greenland that's like of any
I
value?
really think, and this is really cynical.
Yeah,
I really do think that they probably think because of global warming that a lot of land is
could
going to
be.
come up in Greenland, and it's just going to be huge, like real estate boom.
I think like Eric Trump watched the movie Greenland and got worried about
Maybe.
like a
But again,
calm.
that Trump talked about this in his first term.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He wanted Greenland in his first term. This is not recent. It's just he's just adding more bullshit. Like the Canada thing's ridiculous. I guess Justin Trudeau resigned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they said that
Um,
country's going pretty right wing, but the right wing in Canada compared to the United States is not.
yeah, little
They
apples and
still like their.
oranges.
Oh yeah, and that's the other thing too. It's like, okay, so Trump's gonna make Canada part of the USA. I don't know how you're gonna do that, but like they're gonna be like, no, we're not gonna have fucking healthcare anymore. Get the fuck out of here.
That well, that may be a be careful what you wish for thing because I don't know. I haven't looked
Well,
at like how
they
Canada
said that
votes,
like
but
you would just be adding states to the country, and they would vote against Republicans.
yeah, I mean like that's
But
it.
again,
Like
they're a sovereign nation. They're not.
yeah,
They don't
I
have.
mean
They can be
the
like.
whole yeah, that's the point is
They can tell Trump to fuck off.
once you start discussing Trump's ideas like they're serious, then you start to
You
like
lost.
lose your mind because you're like
Yeah.
debating it's like debating which is smarter, an apple or a mango. You know, what I mean, like it doesn't fucking matter. They're not. Neither are smart. You're talking about fruit, you know.
Yeah.
So like that's the Trump trap is
Fruit by
that
the foot.
yeah, the new film by Quentin Tarantino.
Fruit by
Um,
the foot. Okay.
um,
Is this about the making of the fruit by the foot candy? No.
no.
It's Quentin Tarantino putting googly eyes on feet. It's like a 3 hour movie. This is my longest opus. This is my final movie I'm making. No one's gonna want to see this. I got Jackie Chan's feet. I got Margot Robbie's feet.
Well,
Got
yeah,
Captain Hook's peg leg in it.
that is the problem though with talking about Trump is the minute you start treating him as anything other than an imbecile, you yourself become an imbecile. You know, you start treating seriously these dumb ideas. Anyway,
Yeah,
all
I
right,
mean, that's I said I'm tired of it. It's like
yeah,
he won. He's gonna
yeah,
like I don't want any of this bullshit like, oh, he's gonna get it. We're gonna no, I'm not falling for that bullshit. I always thought that was bullshit anyway. Like these like fake liberal accounts that like always have this
oh
bullshit
yeah,
hope. Like, oh, there's gonna be something he's not gonna be able to get inaugurated or something. But he is
no,
doing
come
this
on,
weird rally the day before, and
yeah.
it's like, why is he doing that? But I think it's just because he probably feels like he needs to. I don't know.
I read today that it's because he's selling like VIP access. It's just another money making thing. It's like
It's
he
like
can
the
sell.
watches he was selling. Like the watch is
Yeah,
$125,000. Like these people will probably never get a watch, and they're
no,
not
they don't
actually
care.
buying a yeah, they're not
Yeah,
buying a watch.
they're not looking for the
Well,
watch.
like someone like Tim Apple,
Yeah,
Trump called him Tim Apple
yeah,
from Apple, from Mac or whatever fuck.
uh-huh,
He's donating $1 million to Trump's inauguration.
yeah,
Like it's a scam. Like someone pointed out, like Biden's inauguration, there was no billionaires giving or donating
yeah,
to his inauguration. But you
yeah,
got the so-called progressive company of Apple, the
yeah.
fucking CEO, freaking groveling, giving this piece of garbage $1 million out of his own money. It's like ridiculous.
Well, this is a good transition to the next thing is that all of these tech companies are going full on Trump.
Yeah. Yeah. Mark Zuckerberg was
Apple,
really excited about it.
Zuckerberg, and I've seen this coming because he's at like UFC things and hanging out with Joe
He's
Rogan
always
and stuff.
sucked. He's
He's
always had
always sucked.
politics.
Yeah, ever since he stole the idea from the Winklevoss twins.
Those good
Uh,
guys.
well, the two things Facebook, Threads, and Instagram are doing are they're eliminating fact checking.
Uh, That's insane. Sorry, like
It is
that,
crazy.
that's absolutely insane. I people on Threads were leaving like true stories about Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Someone
Uh,
posted Mark Zuckerberg has been hospitalized after complications from the bird flu. You know, that's probably a lie. Again, it's like now it's hard to tell what's a joke anymore.
it
And
is.
I really regret leaving my first true love, MySpace. If you're reading this, I'm sorry I left you. Yeah,
I
Mark Zuckerberg killed John Benet Ramsey. I wrote what did I write about Mark Zuckerberg on mine? I said that this just in, Mark Zuckerberg was the third Columbine shooter.
Yep,
Hasn't
that was a
been
good one.
hasn't been fact checked. And I say Mark Zuckerberg has been revealed to be the Zodiac killer. Makes
I
sense.
saw
Yeah, that tracks.
I saw a good one. Facebook, it looks like a fake news article. It says Facebook founder and convicted pedophile Mark Zuckerberg dead at 36 says social
Convicted
media sites
pedophile.
said social media sites should not fact check posts. And then there's another one. There's a couple really good ones. It's just oh, okay, so fact, I guess there's one where he had been found dead attempting to suck his own dick. Uh anyway, there's a whole bunch of great ones with featuring him. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess this isn't like super surprising
What?
um that he would do this, um that Mark Zuckerberg would do this.
I mean, look at
Uh
fucking even the Amazon guy. I mean,
yeah.
Bezos is like totally kissing his ass. They're all excited. They're all gonna get massive tax cuts. They're all Trump is probably gonna loosen the laws on AI, and they'll be able to like use it. Like,
Yeah.
'cause the one thing that's holding like AI back still is like you can't copyright it, and I can guarantee you under Trump they're gonna get rid of that. Like the funny thing is like that horrible Coca-Cola ad, right? And I saw
Yeah.
someone talk about it and said that this kind of is modeled off of the one from the 90s that was not done by AI, but it's like different enough that like I don't have to pay those people anymore, like any residuals.
Yeah.
That's
That's
why they love AI because it's like,
that yeah. Here's let me just there's these are the other two I was looking for. The first one says Mark Zuckerberg, recipient of world's first rat penis transplant, dead at 36. And then
first
the
rat.
other the other one was Mark Zuckerberg dies from serious neck injury sustained while trying to suck his own penis. Uh
Yeah,
yeah,
sounds about right to me.
I this AI stuff, the I think when we talk about AI, it's like there's two different things. There's like serious AI that like has been with us for a little while and is getting better, which is when you ask a chatbot a question about an order or
Yeah,
something, and like those are like I don't want to say they're useful, but like they're not that's not terrible AI. That seems like okay, that's basically like an automated Wikipedia or something.
well,
Fine.
it's the environmental impact that's horrible. Like the amount of water
Oh
they
yeah.
use to like
Yeah.
run these things, it's like such a waste.
Well, the other
We could
one
get
is
so we could get cats with big old mommy milkers.
well,
Those
there
cats with mommy milkers ain't gonna mommy
some
generate themselves.
it was Facebook and Threads and a bunch of these social media companies have basically said we seed our platform with AI accounts to like generate content. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you might have there might be an AI account that comments on things to kind of get
yeah,
the conversation started,
yeah. Get the algorithm going.
Um, and that's like real fucked up. And this is I brought this up at the very beginning of our episode, this dead internet theory. And look, I think this is bullshit, but the dead internet theory uh claims that the nearly the entirety of the internet is AI generated. Like when
Oh,
you
I think
go,
I heard about this.
yeah. And so like most of the accounts you interact with are AI. Most of the websites are just generated by AI.
There's a lot of
And
bot farms on these
well,
things.
that's what I was going to say is that, like, look, obviously, I don't believe the dead internet theory. However, a lot, man, that AV Club, which used to be one of my favorite websites, is like nearly all AI generated bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like you can, it's like clearly,
Well, it's like you Google something now and you're like, is this right actually? I don't even know if my Google search is gonna work anymore
it,
because of fucking it's that AI shit in the beginning now.
yeah, it puts, and I'll tell you, a lot of times it's wrong. I do a lot of work, uh, do editing papers,
Yeah.
academic papers, mostly medical papers, and I often find myself Googling something like,
Yeah.
is should this be capitalized? What did it stem from a proper noun? Should it be capitalized? Or, should just like real like minutia. And I'll tell you,
Yeah.
man, fucking 9 times out of 10, that AI synopsis at the beginning of the Google results is fucking flat out wrong. Just wrong. Like sometimes wrong where you're like, oh, I could see it, but that's not exactly what I was asking. I was asking something similar. I could see why you would say that.
It's gonna like skew the information. Even if it's right, it's gonna be like slightly off that
Right.
it's wrong.
Or
I mean, the reality is like all these companies invested in AI to the point
yeah.
that like they're like, okay, we gotta do something with this. And they said that the consumer is like, no, we don't want this shit. Like this is
Well, it's the product is the product we see often is shit. There's good AI. Like I also work with like a lot of those large language model AI,
yeah,
and those are actually pretty legit and they work well. Now, is it a good expenditure of resources? No. Could you have similar content generated by actual humans done just as well? Yeah. I mean, like, but
yeah,
it is real bad. And to the point of like Meta, Threads, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, obviously, and fuck it actively makes you dumber. All the shit my dad used to say to me about the internet and everything is now true, in that like you, even if you're a really good critical thinker, even if you're
yeah,
it's very difficult to get a sense of what's going on. It's just hard to tell, you know that
yeah,
that Tesla thing in Las Vegas. The
yeah,
I still really don't have a real clear sense of what happened. You
yeah.
know, I couldn't tell you for sure. Like if you asked me, like you got to swear to this that this is what happened. I've read like 17 different that thing in New Orleans, the attack, the truck attack.
Yeah.
I have no real clear idea of what it used to be. You'd go on ABC, Washington Post, even Fox. They'd all the details would basically be the same. Not true anymore. They
No,
change, they evolve. Different, different, different media outlets have different perspectives, and they skew it. It's like maddening. I have no idea what
yeah,
happened
no.
in
I think that's intentional.
yeah, and that's real scary. I mean, that's like I know like people say we live in a post-truth society, but like we do. We
Yeah.
really do. There's not an objective truth to any of that anymore, and that
No.
sucks. And I have a friend that lives in New Orleans, and he wrote about it on Facebook. Wrote all the stuff that happened, and his version's different, and he saw it, and I probably trust his version more than any other
Did you
because,
see how the
like,
media reacted to them though? I mean, it's kind of ridiculous because these both of these people clearly sucked, but like, they're like basically even Trump was pushing at this guy who ran
yeah,
over those people that he was like an illegal immigrant. The dude was
no,
in the military, like,
yeah, he was a
and Trump's
soldier.
still pushing that lie. But then the other guy, the white guy, who they
Yeah,
all were, both these guys went to the same, like, were
yeah,
same
same,
military base or something.
yeah,
And then like um they both rented their cars from the same fucking company, which
yeah,
is bizarre. But like the media will be like, oh, the white guy, he's I don't know, he had like problems or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
We have to be sympathetic to the white guy, but the other guy,
Yes.
he uh he
The
killed
other guy,
I mean he killed 15 people. I mean, he
he
sucked.
had four Q's in his name. He had four
Yeah,
Q's.
yeah, exactly. Like, oh, he's a fucking like illegal immigrant. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, it's just funny how, I mean,
it
again,
is.
I shouldn't feel sorry for the guy who killed 15
No,
people.
I mean he's a
No.
garbage can too.
Yeah, he
But
deserves like I mean, he's dead anyway, too. But like,
I think so.
yeah,
I believe so.
yeah.
Last I
But like,
heard.
there's a famous image. I don't know if you remember this. It was like right after Katrina, and the media did this thing, and I remember this because this got posted a bunch of times. I actually posted it, but that day, I said this is what the media does all the time. Like during Katrina, they would show like an image of a little black kid like getting, you know, getting food or whatever, and he's in a bag and he's wading through that filthy water, and it
Yeah.
just says like looter is
I remember that.
young looter is whatever
Yeah.
trying to steal shit or whatever. And then the other one was like this white couple, this man and woman,
Right.
and it says like people foraging for food to survive.
Yeah.
Like, why did you write the difference on that one? Huh? That's weird.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Yeah. Yeah.
They keep doing this shit again. It's like, of course, the guy was killed 15 people. I guess we don't have to be nice to him, but like,
But even with the Katrina stuff, you're like, it is clear what was going on. It was racism.
yeah,
They said bad, but like now, I don't even know. Like, there's probably racism with it. There's but it's like you still even don't know specifically what happened.
yeah.
I mean, it's I don't know. It's good.
But
Well,
that's
like
just how the
they
media paints does that. And that Katrina thing some 20 years ago.
but they do like I don't. I mean, I'd be interested. I should probably look at it. I'll look at it tomorrow. I wonder if you Google January 6th, if like a decent number of sources agree that people were killed. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
again, those people weren't even labeled fucking terrorists.
you know,
None of them were labeled terrorists. The fucking guy who was accused of killing the Brian Thompson, he's the terrorist. That's
yeah,
insane.
it is. It's bananas.
It's like a school shooter's not being labeled a terrorist.
Yeah,
The guys who did January 6th are fucking terrorists. Like you, why were they not
yeah,
labeled that? I forgot. There's like if you label someone like a terrorist or something, and then it's like there's like more, like there'd be just more crime paid for. Like they would probably be able to go up to Trump then. You know, it's like
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
Again, I still think this whole thing's a joke because it's just like he's gonna be back. It's like who cares? It's like best way I think we could do now is just fucking ignore him.
yeah,
I mean, he's
yeah,
gonna fuck up the economy. He's gonna fuck up healthcare. He's gonna fuck up insurance. He's gonna, which is healthcare. He's gonna fuck up like everything. He doesn't care.
mm,
The people are just, and they'll blame Biden or something stupid.
yeah. Well, anyway, so to all that end, we were thinking that uh that there may be a shift in how we talk about
Oh,
politics here and
well,
stuff.
I
We'll
don't
see.
know. I mean, like, I just don't feel like we need to like go after every little story that's out there.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree.
yeah, no, maybe we'll talk more about movies or something. I have no idea. I just saying, like, I'm not. We don't get paid to do this. We do this for
Yeah,
the love of the pod.
I just like talking about Neil. You know.
That's a little weird. I'm just 55. I don't know. You're like 72. I'm just a 70-year-old man who's obsessed with a
Talking
little
about
blue
little
boy,
blue boys,
a
little blue
little
elephant
boy
boys.
elephant with a little coif of hair. You can call me a sicko or a weirdo, but
He's got the Guy Gardner do going
yeah.
on.
Ah, he's awesome. His dad, I don't like the way they look though. Like his dad like had actual like tusks. Like all
Yeah,
of a sudden it looks like Babar. I don't like that.
right. Yeah,
Babar. I like the mom.
yeah.
Mom's
She seems
okay.
nice.
Yeah, she seems nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad looks like he's mean. He's probably nice too, but I hope we get to see Neil's little brothers again, little baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they missed him.
Yeah, that's
They just
true.
missed their big brother.
They missed their big brother. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
see.
see.
Like, but like I said, I just don't think we need to like focus on every little story. I will bring up this one thing though. Did you hear about LA with the
Oh
fire?
yeah. Yeah, that's did you hear that Trump is saying it's Gavin Newsom's fault?
Of course he's
I'm
gonna
not
say
even
that.
making
It's
that
what
up.
Trump does. And Biden would never do that. There was situation like with the hurricanes in Florida. You didn't see Biden go on there and say, "Yeah, thanks to Ron DeSantis, you guys have no fucking money."
Right. Yeah, I that
He's gonna
Los
do that
Angeles,
again, Trump. That's all he does.
that Los Angeles fire looks hellacious.
Did you see Steve Guttenberg was helping save the day?
No, no, but I
He was
will
being
be.
interviewed, and he was talking about like if you leave your car, like they'll move it to the other side of the street so it's clear, like.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's talking, and the reporter had no idea who that he was Steve Guttenberg.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
people are
funny.
like, yeah, it was Steve Guttenberg, and he was being helpful. But then there's this other one. Did you see what happened to fuck, what's his name? What's that movie? The New Flash? He's in James Woods.
Okay, yeah. Oh no, what happened to
Yeah,
his?
he was like, I guess his house got burnt down. He was like crying on TV.
Was he shooting at the fire? Was he shooting
I
a
don't know
gun
if
at the
he's a
fire?
shooter kind of Republican. I think he's just like a straight up troll. I don't think he like
I
I don't
love
think
that movie, John Carpenter's Vampires. I thought he was really good in
he's
that.
like I always liked him as an actor, but he
Yeah,
got screwy in the end. I don't know.
yeah.
He probably pissed off some people and they didn't want to work with him anymore. And so he's like, I guess I'll just go become a right wing crank.
Well, my Amanda was telling me, my wife was telling me all day about people whose houses burned down in Los Angeles, and I didn't know who any of them were. They're all like reality TV stars.
Yeah.
But apparently it's like a big deal, and the video footage just looks horrible. And they said it's going to
Yeah.
get worse. They said the wind is supposed to pick up, and it's just supposed to get worse.
Yeah,
So
we had a bad fire here years ago. Like not here, but like a little further.
yeah,
And it was caused by it happened in like fuck, I think it happened in December of like 21.
yeah,
And it was caused by wind and dryness. And it
yeah.
didn't matter that it was cold out. It was like really bad. Um,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
crazy. Um, I don't know. I mean, like the natural way is for fires to come through and clear out. I mean, that's like a natural thing, but like, um,
It just keeps getting worse.
yeah, it
And
does.
I think Trump is the worst president for any of this shit. He's
Yeah,
such a prick. He's gonna go on TV and be like, I don't think California has been nice to me. They're not nice. We're
yeah, that's
nice. So I'm gonna deny them funds.
yeah,
And his MAGA chuds will be like, "Ugh," and it's like
yeah. It
Biden
is
didn't do that
grotesque.
to you.
Yeah,
He should have.
yeah. Well, yeah. Los Angeles looks horrible.
I don't know why Trump would do this anyway, because all you were doing is just adding more juice to Newsom running.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Uh, but California doesn't have any water to fight this fire. I mean, they need
Well, isn't it all in the Northern California?
yeah, they just, I mean, the water's always been a problem out there, you
Yeah.
know? Like it's a problem in most of the West, but most of the West doesn't have uh trees, you know.
Well, they say
Like
it's all the new growth that causes a lot of these fires.
yeah, yeah, because generally speaking, I like the way I understand it is like the natural life cycle of a forest is that it grows and then it kind of gets old and then it catches fire, burns down, and then a new forest grows up over it. That's like a life cycle thing. I mean, that
I don't know where I
happened.
was driving in California, when I lived in Chico. We must
Yeah,
have been San Francisco or something. I don't know. But like I just remember like seeing like this was after like one of the big fires and it was just scary. Like all the trees just completely black,
yeah,
like whatever was remaining. But again, like I said, this fucking guy is the worst guy to have a president for any
yeah,
like all we could hope for in the next 4 years, really, is that nothing really bad happens.
yeah. Well,
Because
something like we already see like bird flu popping up, and
oh
it's
yeah, that scares the shit out of me. Like,
yeah,
what's the deal with bird flu? Like, is that
it's jumped species. People are the recently the
yeah,
first
Robert
person died
Kennedy,
from it.
great for bird flu. Can't wait.
Mm, yeah, it's
I think it's a good idea if people got the bird flu because some of you will
well,
grow wings and then you could fly, baby bird, fly,
yeah.
fly. And then I will
Well,
call my eagle, my hawk. He'll hunt you down
I'll tell you,
as I
it's
hold my little glove arm out.
people are starting to die of bird flu. There were like a bunch of deaths.
Great.
Um,
Can't wait to start wearing masks again and shit to
yeah,
get.
well, probably yeah. Um, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna have new outbreaks of disease. We're gonna have all sorts of crises. I mean, that's just the
The
modern
country's gonna be run by
world.
the most unserious fucking people. We're so fucked. It's
Yeah,
like not even a joke. I don't know what the fuck, you know. Like, and it's funny too, because like, oh, the eggs were so expensive. That's why I voted for Trump. It's like, yeah, well, guess what? There's no eggs half the time in the stores now.
Yeah.
It's the fucking bird flu.
Yeah, that's the thing is that like, yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway.
All about them eggs.
All right.
Trump should put out things that says, I won because of eggs.
Yeah. Uh,
Excellent. I love eggs. Do you
well,
think, last thing, I was talking to my son about
yeah.
this. Do you think Trump eats McDonald's or do you think that's like a bullshit thing?
No, I heard he does. I heard he eats McDonald's. I've heard too that like that, and I've heard this like in different contexts. Some people really like the consistency of McDonald's, meaning that like you
You
can
can
get
like
a
taste the same anywhere you go.
yeah, you can get you can get a McDonald's hamburger in like rural Georgia or downtown Manhattan, and it's going to be roughly the same experience. You know what I mean? And some people really like that about food. I People are weird about food. Like I know I'm weird about food, but like some people need that consistency. I think he does.
Yeah.
Uh,
I,
yeah,
I don't believe it. I think that's the bullshit. I think I remember there was that when he got elected in 2016, and there's that famous image with him at Now Farage and like fucking Mitt Romney coming to kiss his ass.
yeah,
He's at this like fancy restaurant. I'm like, no, I think
yeah.
that's what he does. I think
I
he's
don't know.
I mean, yeah,
Could
maybe. I
be,
just think it's bullshit.
could
And who
be.
gives a shit anyway? That's a stupid. If you voted for him for that, you're a fucking
Yeah.
moron.
I love that old Andy Warhol quote where he talks about like Coca-Cola being the best thing ever. And he's like he was like the exact opposite of Trump though. He was like the best thing about Coca-Cola is that like anybody can buy a Coca-Cola and nobody can buy a better Coca-Cola than anyone else. Like a bum can have the same Coca-Cola as the Queen of England. Like you can't get a better
But I
Coca-Cola.
imagine her Coca-Cola would be served in a chilled fine glass.
Yes, in
Bum's gonna
crystal,
be
but
drinking
it's
it out of
still
a shoe.
Coca-Cola. It's like a shoe, um, but it's still
Also, I think,
Coca-Cola.
yeah, I got you, but also the bum's gonna have a harder time with refrigeration.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
the Queen of England had a very good refrigeration system in that palace.
true. Yeah,
Like, when
yeah,
you ever see like Kim Kardashian's fridge or something, and it's literally just like a walk-in closet, like
yeah,
part
yeah.
of a fridge.
Yeah, it's like the fridge at like a grocery store or something.
It's insane.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Um, yeah. I don't
well,
know. Is there anything else or
that's it.
yeah. All right. Well, we'll be back. Hopefully nothing stupid happens.
Yeah. Oh, something stupid
Talk
will
about the
happen.
finale of Skeleton Crew,
Yeah. Yeah.
Creature Commandos.
Yep.
Have you watched Squid Game yet? Have you gone back to it?
No, I've watched the first two episodes and I you had told me they were going to be slow and I should stick with it. And
Yeah, the first
I
two episodes were pretty disappointing. They were, I mean,
yeah.
it was good with the guy who hired, gets them into the game. Like that storyline was kind of cool. And they
Yep.
take him, he's like basically does like Russian roulette and everything. And
I'm going to finish it. I know one day I was going to watch it and I watched the first two episodes and I couldn't take it anymore. And then I watched three movies in a row. I watched Stakeland, which was really good. Do you ever see that?
it's about steak.
No, it's a vampire apocalypse movie.
Oh, I don't
It was
know.
it was actually pretty good.
Okay.
It was a very formulaic vampire hunter and his young protege driving across America, whatever. And
Okay.
then so I watched that. That was really good. And then it said you might also like Daylight Ends. And I watched that. It was very, very bad. But the interesting thing was it was set entirely in Dallas
Oh,
and it was
really?
filmed in downtown Dallas. So I watched the whole thing just because I liked seeing like, oh, I know where that is and that kind of
That's why
thing.
I watched RoboCop.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That was actually at
From that in Deep Ellum.
yeah, Deep Ellum.
That scene,
Uh
that guy, the unemployed guy who says he's really excited about that crimes. That scared me more than the entire movie. Yeah,
yeah,
man, it's gonna be crazy, man. And I was like, it was a little too real. Like I felt like
right.
Ed 209 is clearly a animatronic puppet or
Yeah,
claymation. RoboCop, I guess he could be a threat because he's
that's funny.
like a human moving around. But like that dude, a little too real.
Yeah.
Shit out of me.
Well, I whenever I drive down to Dallas, I always drive by Sandman headquarters because they filmed most of Logan's Run in Dallas.
Oh, that's
Uh,
funny.
yeah, and the last scene, which is supposed to take place outside of Washington D.C., is actually in Fort Worth. It's like a
Cool.
yeah. And then after that, after daylight ends, I watched A Scanner Darkly, which was really great. So, anyway, but I'm gonna get back to Squid Game too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
All right.
yeah. Well, I guess if you can finish it for next week, we'll talk
Yeah.
about it. And
Stakeland is good though. I would say that's a good B
what?
movie. Stakeland
What's it on?
is I want to say Amazon Prime.
I feel like I saw this. I gotta look this up. Hold
You
on.
might have. They made a Stakeland 2, which I have not
I did
watched.
not see Stakeland 2.
Stakeland streaming. I'll bet you it's on Prime, but let me double check. Uh
Stake.
oh, it might be on Peacock. Let's see. Oh no, it's on Amazon Prime. And it's on Peacock, but it's Amazon Prime is where I watched it.
Yeah, I guess I never saw this. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I said, look, it's a B movie. It is not the best movie you're ever going to see.
Yeah.
But it was real fun. It was who is some Kelly McGinnis is in it.
Okay.
She plays a nun. Um and but it was good. It was kind of like an interesting take on the
Oh,
vampire
her.
genre.
Top Cat.
Yeah,
Top Cat. That
Top
sounds
Gun.
like kind of Top Gun.
Top
Yeah.
Cat, yes. The
Yeah.
nemesis of Heathcliff. The
Yep.
nemesis.
Yeah. And Garfield's good friend. Who would have
Right.
thought? Oh no, it's my good friend Top Cat.
Yeah. Well, if you have like an hour and a half to kill, I would recommend Stakeland as like a don't get your hopes up, but it's a good time.
I like my movies named after food. Like Chicken Park.
Chicken pie.
Yeah, well, it's Steakland, Chicken Park, uh,
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Pork Towers,
I like it.
and
I like it.
Bacon City. Of course, makes sense. What else? What else? The Strawberry Fields.
Oh yeah,
Live
classic.
forever.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Still in Central Park.
Yep. I think of like um, what's that movie?
Muffin Meadows.
Muffin Meadows. Yeah, that's a good one. What's that fake mayo that people don't like?
Oh,
It's
Miracle Whip.
yeah, Miracle Whip the movie.
Yeah.
Part of that. That's
Butter
gonna be
McCheese Estates
Butter
is another.
McCheese miniseries on Disney Plus. I don't know. Like, is this required reading? Is it wait, do I have to watch Butter McCheese to understand
No, no,
uh
no.
melting butter
Steakland.
poured into a bag of Doritos? Do I need to understand that? Alfredo shake.
Alfredo
So
shake, yeah.
gross. Yeah. I lost weight. I drink one less Alfredo shake a day, and therefore cutting my calorie count down to 4,000 a day
Right.
versus 8,000 a day. You know?
Yeah, yeah,
They say moderation is always good, and
right.
you know, somehow though I still keep gaining weight. I don't know why. Just
Uh,
that Alfredo
yeah,
shake.
I used to have to manually move my blood through my body with a blood pressure cuff, like rhythmically pumping it through.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I have to constantly punch my heart so it doesn't it wakes up.
All right. Well, we'll be back. We'll be back next week to
Yeah.
discuss all this and more.
All right, sounds good. I'm Rob Israel.
I'm Joseph K.
You still going on about?
That.
Thank you for listening to You Still Going On About That. Please like, comment, share, and if you haven't done already, please follow us on Instagram, YSGOAT, Facebook, YSGOAT, and Twitter, YSGOAT.